Good morning. How are we doing? Another weekend, another Saturday morning, Sunday morning. More ashes of creation. How are we all doing? I get everything set. Is that music kind of, wow, music's escalating here. Let me change that a little bit. Yeah, it's coming up in my ears like. All right, so we're just gonna keep going today. Nothing new, just keep going like we've been. I should try to put us in place where we could start combat pretty much right away, so there wasn't a ton of running around, hopefully. We'll see. All right, sorry, I'm just trying to get everything going, making sure we're all set. For some reason, the sound audio has been really funky. Trying to make videos, it's I don't know what the deal was. I put out a video yesterday, and it was, the audio was just like really hard to get right, and I don't know what the reason was, but it was. I think it turned out okay. I don't know, man. Streaming can be hard. It can be really hard for some reason. All right, we're gonna get going. I'll just have to kind of see how audio goes as we're playing the game. All right, we are still down in Riverlands. Anvils is still not a place that's really worth much to us just yet, especially with crafting not being super helpful. So, all right, I'm gonna also try to figure out. I could not get my chatbot working. What's up? How you doing? Great last video. I appreciate you watching, Nifty. Yeah, you know, I was I don't know. Everyone kept talking about content denial. What's up, Lucas? Doing well. How are you? Everybody kept talking about content denial, and and it was annoying me because it was like, well, wait a minute. You know, we what do you mean content? Like, that's what the game is. Like, what do you, I don't understand here why you're getting all upset about this. Like, this is the game. Every important mechanic in the game has the intention of me stopping you. So why are we getting upset about this? I don't know. It was kind of both. It was both for content, just content denial in general, you know, but also, I mean, I was kind of mildly annoyed that I don't know if you saw the email that Intrepid customer service sent to the player that was involved, but they you know, they were like, you're exploiting. Content denial is exploitation of the game systems, and we will action your account if you don't do what we ask. And that just, I don't know, man. That just like, I was like, wait a minute. It can't only be content denial when you want it to be content denial. Like, so anyways, I appreciate the comments. So sad that they pick and choose when it's allowed, depending on what's who's doing the denial. Yeah, I mean, that's very true. Like, it's you know, and there could have been other reasons. I tried to highlight that, like, all right, why are you not in combat? What's going on here? You know, maybe there were other reasons for it, right? Maybe they wanted to test something specific, but they didn't say that. Like, I think it'd be better if they come out and they're like, hey, dude, can you help us out here? And like, try to change X, Y, or Z. We want to get some data on this, but that's not really what was said. It was you're doing something we don't like, and we want you to do what we want instead. So I don't know. It wasn't supposed to be a huge knock on Intrepid, but I mean, people will take it as they take it. So what's up, everybody over there on TikTok? Hopefully things are coming through just fine. Why do these ravens die so far away? We're just trying to complete some commissions at this point. What's up, Blue Box? Terms people come up with, some sort of implicated. The terms people come up with some sort of negative connotation. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, it's not, right? It's, I don't know. I mean, you might not like it, and there are certainly people that don't like it. I'm sure people who have kind of hung out with me for over the years, you've gotten to know Diggs as well, and Neurotoxin and our show. I mean, Niggs would, as we've done our show, Diggs just hates forced stuff. All right, Lucas, I appreciate that. Yeah. We come live every Saturday, Sunday morning. If you want to just hang out, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. And I do try to funnel chat all together. I'm still trying to get it away for you all to be able to chat across streams. I don't think that Twitch will like that, but least played classes. You mean for me, Brandon? In general? Oh, in the game. That's a great question. I think it's probably better like what classes feel like they have some of the most needing the most improvement. God, that's hard to answer. I can tell you the best classes I think as far as what people think is fleshed out would be your bard, your rogue, things like that. Probably the ranger needs a lot of work. The cleric still kind of needs a lot of work, but it's their main healing class, so it's not like people don't play it. When is this game coming? When is this game going to release? We have no idea, Kyle, but hopefully, I think it's going to be sooner rather than later, personally. Yeah, Lumi, sorry, back to that, what I was saying. I tend to get thrown off. Diggs hates the idea of being forced to do stuff, so I think he'll play Ashes with us, but I don't think it'll be his primary game. And that's fine. There's a lot of people that don't want to have things forced on them, and I understand that. But that is the nature of our game. What just happened? All right, dude ran up on me, and now he ran away. But that is the nature of Ashes of Creation. Like you are forced into scenarios, and if you don't like it, the reason they do that is if you don't like it, they hope that you fight back, right? Like that's the whole idea. If you don't like it, fight them, and that's just not the play style for some folks. But is the game out? And Pandemical Ghost. I love reading people's names. I want to know how you came up with that. It is in a Alpha 2 Phase 3 state. So it is out. It costs $100 to come in and play, which is a lot. But most likely we're going to get. That gets you access to Alpha 2 Phase 3 Beta 1 Beta 2. So most likely you're getting like 15 months worth of content at least. So it is it's a lot, but it's. Over time, assuming you're able to, that's assuming you're able to like get in and play for that long period of time. It's really not a terrible amount in general. I think it's like $7 a month or something like that. So, how long you been live for? Literally just went live, Lucas, like 10 minutes ago. So I usually come in 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now I am Central Time, so I am actually on NA. But this has always been the best time for me to stream. So I do stream to a lot more sort of European audience than anything else. That's why I also play on EU. So I'm more than happy to play with folks. If anybody's ever just sort of hanging out, wanting to group up, kind of shoot the shit. just send me a friend invite over on I get by Phantom X. Just send me a friend invite, and you know, happy to hang out. But yeah, I'm over on EU server, so shit. All right, trying to get stuff going here. That's actually one of the good things the industry has stays. Everyone is trying to make a game, so there's plenty of options. Yeah, there is plenty of options. You're right. There's actually I know MMORPGs often get like this idea behind them that they're dying. You know, they're not. They're really not dying per se. There's a lot of stuff in development. Now, things aren't coming out as fast as we would hope, but you know, there's a lot out there. I actually look forward to Light No Fire. Light No Fire and then the Amazon Lord of the Rings MMO are the two biggest that I'm sort of really looking forward to, you know, as things go forward. Sometimes a little bit more than I am with Ashes, to be honest. I didn't know you streamed. Love watching y'all's pod here and there. Oh yeah, well, hey, yeah, we're on Saturday, Sunday mornings. I appreciate you watching the podcast. God, we've been covering Ashes of Creation for, I don't even know anymore. Well, eight years, I guess. So it's been an interesting 8 years, but I still have faith. That's why we still do this, right? Didn't know you were able to get it. Yeah, I go to Ashes of Creation. I got to put in. This is something I keep forgetting to do. I need to put in my referral code, like everyone does. What's up, Jolly Rogue? How you been? So you can use my referral. I can get it sent to. Actually, if I go, StreamerBot will send it to TikTok and YouTube. But I haven't got it set up for, or sorry, Twitch and YouTube. I don't have it set up for TikTok yet. So TikTok's a little bit more. Challenging to set things up to do automatically. So what is this, closed beta or is it open to public? It is open to the public, but you do have to pay for it. So there are no key giveaways. Well, they do occasional key giveaways, but you're talking about where are we even at? Oh, we're over by the cookhouse. Okay, but you're talking about once every like few months that they do key giveaway, and they don't even call it key giveaways, they call it access. I don't know why, but there's this, they have a big hesitancy about doing keys. I don't know if it's like legalities or what, but yeah. MMORPGs are always my favorite games. Yeah, mine as well. I've been 99 with EverQuest. That's where I started. I've been through pretty much everything else. Lotro is my all-time favorite. Oh yeah, as well, Garcia. Lotro is really well done. Even now, you know, it's a little bit dated on its graphics, but I think if people gave it a chance, you know, when we talk about monster coins for Ashes of Creation, you know, it was marketed as sort of, you know, oh, we have this brand new thing. Lotro has been doing monster coin-like events for a long time. That's good, Jolly. I'm glad you're doing well. Hopefully you're having a good weekend. So my live tomorrow, yes, we'll be live tomorrow, same time, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Actually, I used to start at 6 a.m. and that kind of got, I don't know, I started feeling rushed, and then it was, you know, I almost half the time couldn't make 6 a.m. And so then I don't know, I didn't want people to like be waiting. So we moved it back to 7. I might start earlier sometimes, but definitely by 7. So, and then I usually announce in Discord if I'm not able to be on for whatever reason, you know, if something's going on. Been waiting for years. Yeah, I mean, Ashes it's here. Someone finally playing a door so I can see what it looks like. Yeah, I do have on some skins right now though, so is Alpha 3 good? You know, yes and no. Like I get asked that question a lot. It depends on what you want, sort of what you're looking for. If you don't mind the testing environment, you don't mind things that are progressing in spurts at times, and then when they do progress, often can have, you know, bugs. There's a lot of bugs right now. There's a lot of issues with like economy and crafting. PvP is really solid, though. Combat's really solid. So yes, I think there are very good aspects of Ashes. And then I think there are things that just, sometimes feel like they take two steps, one step forward, two steps back. So it just depends. The good thing about Ashes of Creation, it is $100, but you actually have a 90-day refund. So you get 90 days to refund your game purchase, regardless of how much time you actually played. So they do have a very generous refund policy if you ultimately do not like it. Game is Ashes of Creation. So something that's been in development for quite a long time. But, is moving forward with time. We're trying to do some of our Raven. Where are they at? Yeah, we got a lot of these eliminate ravens, eliminate spiders. It's funny you say that because I love the graphics in Lotro. I mean, they're not terrible. It is. I mean, it is. You have to admit it is a little bit aged, but I mean, it's not like they're terrible. I don't mean to knock it in that way. It is. It is aging. This is alpha. Yeah, we're not yet into beta. Some people will tell you beta like 2028 something. I actually think they're going to look to get into beta very soon. Actually, I think my opinion is by the latter half of next year, 26, they're going to be looking to get into beta. People don't necessarily agree with me on that, but just based off of a lot of the statements, Stephen Sharif, the creative director and owner of Ashes of Creation and Intrepid, was on the Golden Feather Tavern, which is another group that covers the game, which actually is a really great group to watch. He was on there. Why is it saying error? What's going on there? That's wild. He was on their show yesterday. Sorry, I have to pay a little bit more attention to this just because it's a 1-star. And he even started talking a little bit about expansions. So I do think that they're kind of slowly getting to this possibility of all right, now we can go at the Raven of things like a release in beta here soon. So does TikTok chat need to appear on Twitch chat? You mean over in Twitch? It doesn't have to. What I've been trying to do is have a way for you all to chat with each other. Is it too distracting for you? And we can certainly turn it off and just use the visual. How's the pylon system? I don't use it. Pylon is I don't think it's there yet. Reckless Gaming, Steven and John personally. How did you play games with them? Were you in like the arcade community? Long Big Daddy, stick to your day job. All right. I mean, this isn't my job, so okay. I have a good job. I like my job. Well, Lumi, it's supposed to be a way for everyone to chat, but it's, if it's too distracting, I mean, I don't have to leave it. Is this your favorite game? You mean of all time or current? Definitely not of all time. It is what I play the most currently, I will say. Just largely because we followed it for so long and there's still a lot of hope for it. So you know him in real life. Well, that's cool. I only know him from the communities. So does Twitch chat also appear on TikTok? It's supposed to. Right now, for whatever reason. So I use Tickfinity. Oh, a little bit of lag there. And it's not wanting to push it over. And I do not know why. Tickfinity says it's working, but it does not seem to be the case. Actually, let me double check. Yeah, it says it's connected. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing what it does, but it's not wanting to always send everything over. So, you're a PI member? You are? I'm too. I'm in there as well. All right, so you've known him for a little bit then. Yeah, I'm over at PI as well. How long will we be live? Till 11 a.m. About another 3.5 hours. This is alpha, so yeah, I mean, it is technically a playtest. I don't like to call it, I don't know, I think we fall back on the idea of being alpha too much, so. Oh, forgot about that. I like to say it is a live service game that is in development. Is it like quests with a storyline? That is the intention, but quests are pretty bare right now. They have told us they just completed a narrative system that we will hopefully get to see soon. Let me hit you. There we go. That will greatly improve a lot of the stuff. The game itself actually was created off of a Pathfinder campaign that Steven Sharif had run for a while. How's water movements with the engine upgrade? I can show you. What do you think right now? Well, there are quests. There's just not a lot of quests. So then you got weird stuff like this, an otter that's on the side of the. Oh, I don't think I can. I don't have the right certification anyway. Here's your swimming. Dwarf swimming, I should say. I mean, performance for me has been okay. Oh, I got a shroom on me. Sorry, I'm gonna come over here for a minute. A lot of the game right now is just grinding, unfortunately. So, combat grinding. Why is it telling me that requires nothing? Even crafting's a grind, but right now crafting and economy, you know, they've been actively trying to fix it, and it's been a challenge, I'll say. It's been a big challenge for them. Is there random gear drops? That is one of the debates of the community. Yeah, yes and no. So they really want crafters to make most things. But trying to find that balance has been hard because so much of crafting depends on where your nodes are. You know, for those of you who aren't familiar, we have nodes, right? So here's a Winstead node. This node is controlled by a mayor who is an actual player. So there's a lot of interesting ideas here. But the nodes grow with experience. Anything you do adds experience to the node if you're in the node. And with that, they can start building crafting stations. So if you look here, like we have, weird, not showing me all the crafting. Anyways, there's a bunch of crafting stations in here and they level up over time. Now the mayor gets to choose what levels up, and you can only level up so many things. So it's important what gets what they choose. But right now the balancing act of trying to get crafters the right crafting stations and stuff like that has been very hard, which leaves hard to find gear. So they then they actually increased drop rates of some things, and then players were getting tons of stuff, and there were complaints about getting too many things and not having enough crafting in the process. So now they've actually gone back and reduced things again, drop rates, and of course, what would you expect? People are complaining that there's not enough drops. So it's been like super back and forth. And they've just really not yet been able to find a good sweet point. And it's hard. I understand, you know, this is everything is so interconnected. It's hard. And hopefully they find that balance. But can I play this? Yes, it will cost you $100 if you go to ashesofcreation.com. So why not have just basic crafting stations as standard at all nodes? Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. But you know, I think part of the problem right now is if you get, you know, you can't, once you get to needing your next certification, if you don't have a node yet that's developed enough to actually have that available, then you're kind of just left twiddling your thumbs, right? Like you have no way of actually increasing your skill in that crafter, that craft, whatever, artisanship role until the node comes online. Which then, of course, requires players playing on that node and a mayor that. So it's been, yeah. So there's already elections for mayors. Yes, there are. I had a video I put out yesterday on YouTube that kind of stems from mayoral starts, anyways, with mayor arguments between Polar and Aura, but it's really meant more on. More to reflect the idea of content denial and Ashes of Creation and really what its intention is in the game. High tier crafting stations be dependent on mayor decisions to a degree, and actually the highest tier processing stations, crafting stations, things like that are supposed to go on freeholds, which of course are player owned. So there's a lot of, and we've not gotten to that point yet. They tried to put you know, they did try to put freeholds in for a little while. They've removed them because they didn't feel like they were reflective of what they wanted. So I don't know. There's just so much more that needs to come online. You know, and when you think we only can go to level 25 instead of 50, there's just so much more that needs to happen. Uh-oh, not enough space. What's going on? I've not been paying attention. What are we doing? Oh, we got a lot of glint that we can just sort of. And these are just regular snowdrops. All right, we are out of space. Bear carcass, okay. That's probably the biggest reason. Try to move some of this around. Yeah, you do have this sort of Tetris-like process for your bags, which kind of annoys me a little bit. But machine gun bow is so stupid. You don't like the short bow? It's grown on me. Dolly Rogue trying to save up on this. You know what? If we ever get into a content creator program, I hope to be able to give away access. Now, I will say that they've not guaranteed us being able to do that. So I don't know. It looks like it might end up being more skins than anything that we're able to do for you. So, but that's also assuming they put me in a content creator program. That's not a. That is not necessarily a given. So. I don't know if that person's going for that stone or not, so we'll leave them be. Are the classes system still merging multiple? That's the goal. They do want to go into the whole, because right now we have technically archetypes. We don't have classes. Classes will be once they add the secondaries. Now, when that begins, we have no idea. It's probably, well, it will be most likely at the start of 26. They did say it will start with the tank and with the cleric. As secondaries, so we will not have everything up front either. Oh, can't see the. Oh, that's right. Yeah, can't see inventory on TikTok screen. All right, let me try to. I don't know how easy that's going to be. There you go. I'll just put it in front of my character. Should be able to see it now, I think, right? Hopefully, yeah. There's your inventory. How it looks. Yeah, and if you're playing, please don't come kill me for my, what was that, heroic? Yeah, heroic snowdrop. Wait, how many did I have? 9. Where did I get 9? Was that a... I'm not paying attention as we chat, so we are going to have to run back to Winstead here, I think, at some point and get our bags emptied, but they got katanas? No, sure don't. But the classes will come in sometime next year. It's yet to be seen exactly how in depth the secondaries will be. So this is phase 3 of Alpha 2. Yes. Yeah, I don't live in the US, so weak currency made it a lot more. Oh yeah. And they're not doing regional stuff, I guess. By Tetris, do you mean like Resident Evil 4? I can't answer that. I don't know. This is Ashes of Creation, which is an MMORPG that is currently in its 8th year of development by a group called Intrepid Studios, and it is their first game. They have, from what we've been told, about 250 employees working on it currently. It's really been in this phase. Oh, shit. They kind of opinions are they reset development in 2001. So 8 years is kind of not entirely accurate. So maybe 3-4 years. It's fun watching you live. I appreciate that, Lucas. I just like to chat. I'm not here to try to necessarily be like the top of the well, I'm not. I'm level 9. Just hang out, chat, shoot the shit kind of stuff, you know. So happy I stumbled across your stream today. Had no idea this was playable. I appreciate you hanging out, Monk. Yeah, it's here for us if you want. When did this game come out? It's been in Alpha 2 for about a year. It's not out. It's still in Alpha 2. Just to be clear. You know, this is Ashes. This is a very commonly discussed. You know, is it an alpha? Is it a game? What is it? It is in an alpha state development right now, so that is important to note. I like to say it's a live service game that is in active development. It's kind of how I put it. And it's in active development, but I think anytime you start charging people money, like, you know, there is, I mean, it's basically a live service game. Don't know. You're saying you don't know what do we get that's not just Glint? Okay. Glint we can sell. So Glint is basically our source of gold. It's now an alpha at some point. We'll go to beta and then, yeah, I'll go to launch. I don't think it's years away now. I think it's closer than what we think. Personally, they sell access during certain times. I mean, it's been open for now. Yeah, they did take the keys away for a while. The reason we were given was they wanted to make sure. Why is this showing a marker? They wanted to make sure servers could hold players, because the last we heard, they said about 100,000 plus people had access. Where's the fisherman trainer? I can tell you where I'm at. Let me go up here. So the cookhouse, I believe, has fishing right up there. We can go run there. But yeah, so it is still in, you know, development. There's still a lot that's left, you know, content wise. Not even half of not even half the content's here. So there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. I don't think anyone disputes that. So my personal opinion is that I would rather them cut out some of the content, make what they have good, and then add in the rest later as expansions, rather than try to force in all of this content and none of it be fun. What spec do you need to run the game? I mean, basically UE5. If you, well, I should put in a command. That's actually a good thing too, where you can look it up. You can just bot the command, and it's they do have it on their website, what their specs are. You know, I don't have like a potato. I mean, I'm running Fisherman's over here. So I'm you know, I have like a 4060 NVIDIA. I have a 7950X AMD. All these people here are fishing. What is my all-time favorite game? Ooh. I mean, I don't know. You know, the nostalgia side of me would say EverQuest, because it was my first game. But I mean, I played World of Warcraft for years too, so I don't play it now. Is this phase 3 good? I played, well, actually, I started playing World of Warcraft a little bit. Is this game worth it to get? I think that entirely depends on what your goals are. But yeah, you can see everybody fishing. Nobody has an actual pole though. This is one of the visual issues. Oh, look, Pawpaw's down there. Okay. When did the game release? We don't know. I think end of 26, start of 27. I played it 6 months ago. It's definitely changed over the last 6 months. You know, so if you already have access, I just download it and see what you think. The next big thing is going to be, so here you are in Riverlands. So Cookhouse is right there in the middle. So is this more of an MMO? Yeah, that's the goal, MMORPG. The RPG elements are not really in yet. So, okay, we got a Raven right here. This will finish one of our quests, I think. As they finally released the game. No, it is still in alpha development. Oh, that Raven's broken. All right, we'll have to find a different Raven. That one's busted. Oh, is it pay to win? No. Sure is not. The only thing you can pay for are skins, and skins are not tradable. So, they have been pretty on point with staying to that moniker that they say no pay to win. All right. Now we're at the Highwaymen. Okay. Highwaymen are. Let's try to pick this one off. This is where we get most of our recipes to be able to even craft anything. So, have you ever played GTA 5? Yeah, not one of my favorite things though, but definitely anything with story. And I know, you know, some of those. Well, I will say I watch several. Whenever they scroll through, I will watch shorts that show some of the more hilarious aspects of that. Do I have a guild? No. I do not. I was in Genesis the first go around, phase 1, phase 2, but you know, they've disbanded at this point. Well, Rive, they're taking breaks, so you know, but Ashes, you know, compare, you know, oh damn, we need to go turn in stuff. We're out of space, like even for loot or glints. So yeah, we're gonna run back and try to offload some stuff. You know, the best thing you can think of, Stephen Sharif, happening. Stephen Sharif, who is the creative director and owner, he loved Arcade and he loved Lineage 2. So I would look to those two games to sort of think about comparisons. Ashes in its current state is not solo friendly. No, I mean, you can do everything, but it does take a lot more time. You know, I just choose to be solo simply to just to hang out. I mean, I've certainly healed in groups on stream, but it gets harder to interact with you all because I'm too busy trying to heal. You know, it's solo optional, but it's, yeah, it takes forever to do anything. Although you have some people that have been able to figure out past that. Oh, we got 3 here. You know, I don't want to collect those just yet because our inventory is like jacked up. So we're going to go make this nice long run to Riverlands. Oh, they need to revert those crafting changes. Yeah, crafting just needs to be, I don't know, something needs to happen. Steven said he's working on that, you know, with the team. But, you know, they really need their principal economy designer. They need to figure out a person for that position. You know, without that, it's, I think, really hard to balance any of this. So, which is better, this or GTA 5? I mean, I would say for me, this. I'm just not a GTA 5 person. Now, when you're talking like completely developed stuff, it's going to be, you know, I don't think you can compare Ashes to games that have completed development. I don't think it's fair to Ashes. I don't think it's fair to the other games either. All right, let me check something real quick. All right, Twitch is it too distracting? I mean, be honest, folks watching on Twitch, is it distracting having TikTok chat come over there? Where did the music go? I don't know where. There's no music here. That's weird. You know, if it is, it's a pretty easy thing to turn off. So, and I guess you can always see each other's chat through the actual gameplay, the stream. This or WoW. I mean, if you asked me like pick a game that you would play for the rest of your life, I would pick WoW. Based off the fact that WoW has 20 plus years of development and content, and Ashes is nowhere near that. So, hope for the future. You know, if things can be done correctly, I think Ashes would fit more with me. But it remains to be seen if a lot of those things are going to be completely done. So. Game looks like a copy of Guild Wars 2 that came out like 15 years ago. MMOs are not dead. There's a lot out there. They're in development. Like there's still a lot to be done to develop them, but I don't think I would say they're dead. I mean, you got games like EverQuest that have been around that are still going. They still have very active, oh shit, populations. I ran into a pack of wolves that were going to absolutely decimate me. As a survival type game? No, not survival. Just MMORPG. They should redo WoW with Unreal Engine 5. So freaking love that. You know, the crazy theory is the crazy person in me would say that the crazy person in me would say, you know, I think the current storyline with WoW is that there's, you know, something in the middle of their planet that is asking for help and something else is trying to kill it. So what if you know, what if you get to the end of the upcoming expansion, was it Midnight, and that leads to World of Warcraft 2? Like the world is destroyed, complete revisioning of the world, maybe updated graphics. Would that sound crazy? Is that your way? Because they still have WoW Classic, right? So, I mean, if you didn't like it, you could still play the original versions of World of Warcraft, and they've got that whole process down pretty good. I don't know. Maybe that's probably me just dreaming, but this game also, I have to say, does not look like it's from 15 years ago. Go look at 15 MMOs from 15 years ago and tell me the game looks like it's from 15 years ago. Where did you get the fox? Oh no, it's not a dumb question. It's a skin. So here. Yeah, this was a skin that was one of the packs from quite a long time ago, which they've said they will not resell again. I don't know if that's entirely accurate. I don't know why you would limit yourself to making money, but my guess is they'll probably resell some of these, but they'll change the colorings a little bit so that it's you know, that it isn't exact one-to-one copy. This is also a skin. This is my favorite armor. I'm super happy I have this. All of the skins are not in yet either, so just keep that in mind. Actually, as I'm sitting here thinking, we might not have space for our storage. I've not yet had a gold to spend to upgrade storage, so let's see. Yeah, we have 5 gold. Holy hell. I didn't realize it was 5. Oh yeah, it's when you're a citizen, you get your extra one, right? So I need to get to level 10 so I can be a citizen. Yeah, we aren't going to be able to store a lot of this, I don't think. But we'll try. I don't have space for that. if I can sell the volcanic rock. All right, inventory management. That is a problem for us right now. How did you apply the skin? I just right click on it. Yeah, it's actually in my inventory. So if I go to items, you can see my skins here. I don't think that's how it's going to work long term. I think long term, you're going to be able to just like right click. And then if I go into my character sheet, I can show you that here. It's right here are the skins. Where they get placed. You can see I don't have any armor either. So that's, we are pretty lacking in a lot of stuff here. It's all right though. We can still have fun. Maybe I should just, I don't know what to do with all this crap. You know, we got rubies. We can probably try to sell some of it, I guess. Maybe I can show you all the auction house. Bear carcass, I think we can. Jesus, I don't got space, man. I don't got space. I will say their skins are really well done, but that's also what gets them money, right? So, you know, they focused on skins pretty well. All right, let's sell our glint. All right, I gotta move some of this around. The UI is getting all buggy here. Oh yeah, I forgot we had heroic poop as well. Some heroic droppings that we can maybe utilize for something. All right, I'm looking. So, 100% agree. The skins plus the feeling of mounts is awesome. Yeah, the skins are, like I said, I think are really well done. Where's the butchering table? I want to take this carcass and try to get something out of it if I can. All right, farming. What was... So, cows, chickens. All right, we don't care about weaving. Where is the... Let's see, metalworking, lumber milling, stonemason, jeweler, arcane engineering. All right, I can't zoom in any more than that. And I can't seem to get this to work either. I don't know why. That table does not want to open for me. I don't know if it's busted. Because I was wanting to work on treasure maps if I could. All right, tailoring, we can come back to, where's... I thought there was a way to go down here, isn't there? All right, the building organization is throwing me off a little bit. Yeah, there's another spot over here. All right, we got cooking. So what can I do with the... All right, we can butcher the bear. Oh, hey, you don't have to add anything in. That's nice. Something that has drove me nuts is that almost everything you do processing and crafting requires a vendor. Requires you to buy an item from a vendor. And that drives me nuts. The way that works out, because I don't think you should have to buy a vendor item and also have a cost to the job. So, but we can put our bear carcass in here for those of you on the long form, and we should get, it tells us possible results. We should get bear meat and animal fat. And I need fuel as well. I don't have any woods. I don't really want to use snowdrop, but we'll just use snowdrop anyways. So that'll take a minute to go. So I'll come back to that later. We got to figure out what we want to do with selling some of our stuff so that we can actually have space. Well, if I can get in, marketplace manager, there we go. All right. let's see. We have. What is even worth selling? Does granite even sell for anything? Like, what does it sell for? 10 copper. Nobody's selling granite? Like, does it just not sell for anything? Is that the problem? Oak, granite fragments, copper fragments. All right. Well, what is the? I guess the question for common stuff is like, what does the vendors accept it for, and then just try to go up a little bit higher than that. Let's see. If we sell, such as 90, is that 90 copper? Is that a piece? I guess. Or is that all together? Let's see. Split stack. Just get one. Shit. Wrong button. Come on, give me one. And that didn't work. Don't know why it didn't work. Split stack. Oh, there we go. 5 copper. All right, 5 copper for one. Like the mustache. I appreciate that. Is it Horses Unite? Oh, I'm super curious. Where's that name come from? You're balding. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of getting there with you. All right, I don't want to just bore you all with this, but I don't have like space. So let's actually just go in and sell. I don't want to delete. Oh wait, I can't sell because I'm not level 10. Son of a bitch. All right, well, we're just gonna. I don't even know, man. All right, we're just gonna sell this shit. Who cares? Not hard to find granite. I'm gonna keep. We're obviously gonna keep the zinc. I think we just got to move towards keeping things that are only uncommon or better. All right. I do want to make like stuff from the snowdrop. Snowdrop is what I need for some items, for some like equipment stuff once I actually get to where I can craft it. So we're going to keep that for that. But otherwise, I think we'll just try to keep some of the more high value stuff like 10 and get rid of some of these things that might not actually produce much other than experience. I mean, I guess it is important to try to get experience by processing and stuff, but we can worry about that later. All right, and we'll keep our droppings. What's my real job? I am a physician, actually. So currently largely teach other doctors how to be doctors. So that is what I do. All right, I think I can get this. Not all of it, at least some of it. And then I don't think I have space for that. All right, let's go sell these. We'll get back to combat here. You're a farmer. Oh, that's fun. Owned horses for over 32 years. Maybe you don't know horses, herd animals. I bet that's challenging. All right, we're just gonna sell all these things. No, farming is not easy time for farming now, for sure. All right, let's go check. I think I'd put some stuff. So you'll see I made zinc fragments. I'll get experience for this. Probably not a ton, but you do at least get player experience. Oh, I could have taken the bear carcass here, actually. Oh well. Where else did I actually... Can't remember where all... I did some processing last night, so... I just can't remember where. Oh yeah, we did some thread, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, snowdrop thread 45. What's that get us? Gave us 4,500 experience. So I guess it's what is that, 100 per item? Oh, it's not about getting beat. We all need powder. Hold on. We all funnel into our own individual things, right? I don't think there's anything special about what I do. I just do it. All right, now I don't have anywhere to put these things. Let's turn in our commissions, grab some more, and then get the hell out of here. Actually, what happened to... I guess there's not more that we can do? I thought we had more than that. All right, harvest oak. Spiders, hemlock, bluegill, ash, snowdrop. All right, so wolves we still have. Mycelians we still have. All right, so we still have some stuff. Actually, what was that? It said something about... Never noticed that before. Delivered rubies to a commission drop box. Where are those? Is that up by the mayor? That's the mailbox. This is how you get your skins, by the way. Horses loved you. You know what? I've never once been on a horse. So let's try to grab 10 rubies before we leave. And see if we can complete that by turning them in. Let's see. Send to inventory. Let's split this to 10. Put the 10 back. Let's see if that actually works. Whoa, what's going on? Chat, why are you not coming over? Uh-oh, hold on. TikTok, I don't know what just happened, but you're not coming over to my... Weird. Yeah, you have $100. I ain't rich. I wish I was. I don't know why the chat stopped coming over. Somebody in TikTok typed something. Real people that paid $100 for an alpha. Yeah, but you know, you have to think when you got back into it way back, you also got skins. You also got, oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, there we go. All right, it's back on. I couldn't. So I have a screen right here, and I use streamer.bot to just see what chat's saying. All of a sudden, I look over here where TikTok is. There's a lot of messages that I didn't see. Yeah, I do, Arc. It just went away. I don't know why. Game's never releasing. Yes, it is. Are they going to have a summoner class? Yeah, but we don't know when. It's in development. Supposedly November. They call it a cherry on top, but I don't know if that's actually going to be accurate or not. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. to 11. Yeah, sorry, you TikTok folks. For some reason, it quit showing me your chat. It's back, though. 1K ores to craft. One item is insane. It is insane. You are not wrong there at all. So, all right. What was I doing? We need commissions. Is that cracked? Earth. Oh, what do you mean? All right. I don't want harvesting. I want to actually get commissions for killing things. I gotta remember where that's at. Are you still there, Archangel? I'll answer your questions. All right, kill bandits, exterminate the ravens. We can do that one. We have room for a couple. We'll probably... Oh, I can't accept anymore. That sucks. All right. Let's get out of here. Where'd my mount go? It was back here, right? There it is. Let's go. But yeah, the summoner class will be, if you farm enough land, can be correct. Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, the summoner class will hopefully be here by between November and January. It's supposed to get into the PTR testing at some point. We'll see if it does or does not, but you know, a lot of people, you know, they ask about spending. All right, how do we? Yeah. Why is this not letting me deliver? Do I need to just deposit? You know, I don't. No, I don't want to delete it. It's so weird. Why can I not deliver? I'm pretty sure we took a commission that let us. Yeah, these are just some of the broken aspects, I guess. We're supposed to be able to come in here, and we're not doing that. So, summon another class levels up instantaneously. FF14. How do commissions work? You just have to accept them. So the mayor puts out things like this. These were mayor commissions. So here, if you go to this board, so this is your commission board, right? And I had accepted some of these. These were all kills. So if I go out and kill things, I'll contribute to the mayor commissions. And then there's other commission boards as well. I was just at one, and they reward different things. This was one of the commission boards as well. Now we actually already have, I think, yeah, we're like 30 of 30 commissions already, so we can't take anymore. But this is where you turn stuff in. But we have this, I don't know if it's just broken, because it was strike the earth, right? Mine zinc. All right, mine zinc and deposit it. Here, let's actually go get all of these. So we have strike the earth, heavy load, and blood and stone. So it's zinc. Blood and stone is rubies. And what was the other one? Yeah, I tried, but I've been hitting the ad but in 10. Zinc and 10. But when it's not letting me. Oh, I see down here. I'm an idiot. Was that always there? Am I just an idiot? It's okay to call me an idiot. All right, so we can just select all of these or not. I thought I can, it's shift and right? Oh, there we go. Submit, complete. I don't know if you can actually see this. There it is. So we can submit these for delivery. And the quest just updated the objective. So I should be able to, what objective where's it at? All right, so let me go grab the others. It was what, zinc and 10? Is that right? Heavy load, strike the earth. Strike the earth is zinc. Heavy load is 10. So let's go grab those while we're here. That'll maybe help some of the space issues. Is this playable now? Yeah. Now it is still an alpha. Bexy Sitch. Are you really a sexy bitch? What, like, it's okay if you are. You can use that, right? Yeah, it is playable. It's an alpha, though. I don't know why my mount is doing that, but it decided to. All right, we're getting to, so there's a queue for the storage cleric. $6 a.m. need 3 hours now. Yeah, we have a queue for the storage cleric, I think. Oh, there we go. All right. So here's our zinc. What was the other one? 10. Where's it at? Actually, do I not have? I don't think I have any just common straight 10, do I? So we're just going to complete one right now, I think. We can get rid of some of this stuff, though. It looks awesome. Do you have to pay anything? Yes, it is currently $100 to get access. Now you'll probably get about, I'm going to say minimum 15 months of game time with that. So when you start looking at it as a monthly fee, it's not terrible. But it is $100. Now that's come down. It used to be like $250, $375. I don't know. I think $375 at one point. On PS and PlayStation Network have been running the monikers. Stupid drunk. Great idiot. I mean, there's all kinds of drunks, right? So. All right, we'll complete this as well. Now we can finish some of our missions. You can see with that, we got, glint. We got some experience as well. We should be able to take more. Harvesting commissions, which I'll maybe go look at that later. Is this game ever going to come out? I mean, it's out, right? I mean, it's still alpha, but it's out. I don't know. That's probably not the answer you were wanting, but yes, the game will come out. What do we get from this? Just glint. That's wonderful. The game will come out. I have no doubt that the game will come out. The question in my mind is just, what does it come out with? All right, we got a copper hoop earrings recipe. All right. Gathering scroll. These are things we got from chests after turning in our commissions. Most of this is probably not super helpful, especially when your scrolls only last 5 minutes. You could burn that out just traveling anywhere, It's actually, it's not actually out. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. You're talking about release. I know. The game, it is playable though. I grow tired of this, this idea that, I wonder if I can sell over here. We can't call it a game that's playable, right? Everyone it's an alpha. You're not playing a game. I mean, you are. It's in development though. So, all right, we got all our commissions. Let's go. For context, hybrid of Wolf Husky. I do not play chess. I'm not smart enough for chess. So, but yeah, DJ, I know it's not out in the normal context. It's still a test and not a game. I don't know. Personally, I feel like that argument runs very thin after however many years it's been. And that's just my personal feelings. Like, when you start accepting money as well, I don't think you can just always go on the idea that you're not playing a game, because you are. You're testing it. Yes, it's an alpha test, DJ. You're right. We are testing the game, but it's still a game. Clapping, what's up? Looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, there are elements when you have the right setting, the game looks beautiful. The game looks absolutely beautiful. There are also times where you kind of like, what am I looking at? So I seem very smart. On good days, hopefully. We'll see. What type of game is this? This is a MMORPG. And I think I'm going to stop right here and grab some of these because I really do want to craft armor. If we can. Why is it not? Oh, did we get, what the hell was that? That was weird. I've never seen it do that. Usually that like boots you out. All right, we might have some server issues because it's not letting me cut daffodils. Unless these are broken. All right, that one's going. I've never seen the screen go black. Usually that puts you right back at the login screen. So, how's the game to play? I mean, you know, oh wait, that didn't work. It really depends on what you're trying to get out of it. Where did our mount go? All right, are we crossing a server boundary? So they have server workers, right? And you cross them. That's how they're able to put people in high numbers of people in specific areas. Oh, wild. Okay. We just crossed a server worker, and that was really weird. So that's a bug. That ain't supposed to happen. You know, depending on what you want out of it, the game can be fun to play. But, you know, if you're looking, as we've been having in chat, Clapping, if you're looking for a complete, accomplished game, it's not. What do you mean my sound's all over the place? Does my sound seem off? Is it too much? Am I too loud? What do you mean? You're the first person to comment on that, so. I mean, if it's a problem, I can. There's 3 of me talking. All right, somebody else is saying I'm good, so I don't know. Maybe it's on your end. This is Ashes of Creation. All right, so that's just somebody messing with me. Fake news. That's a him problem. All right, I appreciate y'all. I just got in and scroll past and everyone else, and it's fine. Well, I mean, they're saying I'm good, so. Oh, wow, this is a bug. Yeah, this is a bug. I'll probably do this offline because I can send them video evidence as well. Yeah, it ain't supposed to do that. You're not supposed to go to a load screen. Now, I'm very curious. We had previously found a way to be invulnerable in this game. And I'm going to see if I can do that again. Oh, shit. All right, we're going to try it again. So we did actually, a while back, found a way to be invulnerable. Nothing could kill us. You weren't messing with me. Oh, that's all right. I just want to make sure. I don't want you all to come in and be like, hey, you suck, man. The sound is terrible. Like, just let me know. I'll try to fix it. Is this a beta? No, it's alpha. Is it a new Call of Duty? Yeah, it is. Just wait till you see the bows, man. They fire pretty good. Weird. It's making me run. Even though I'm not. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, that's wild. That's an issue, server worker issue. We're gonna keep moving on. Do you like the dwarf model? Yeah, I don't mind it. I like it. So why are you so short? I'm a dwarf. Eagerly waiting the damn summon release. Yeah. Me too. Summoner's the next one that becomes fun, I think. You know, that's the next stage of the game where people are like, this is pretty cool. But we just don't know when it's coming out. They say November, but you know, dates are not really an Intrepid thing, so. I don't know where the sound's going either. So there should be music, but it's not playing. We don't know when the second archetypes will come. No, we sure don't. All we know about that for secondaries is that they'll start with tank and with the tank and cleric. Most likely, my guess. Well, we have to have the summoner first. So you know, really, the first big stopgap for that is just when do we get the summoner. But after that, who knows? We don't even know if they're really working on it. We do know they have some ideas, right? Like they said, I think there's 4 for like the cleric. There's 4 different augment types, right? I think they said one is healing, one is purification, one is radiant damage. What's up, Mace? And one is, oh shit, I forget the other one. But and they also mentioned the 4 for the tank, which it was your typical like strength, stamina. So that, I don't know. It's hard to say what the actual process will be like if it's going to make secondaries feel important or not. I don't know. You keep using terms. Yeah. Right. Looks like a beautiful game. It is. Now, again, there are areas where it's like, Jesus, this looks crazy, but all right. I was going to try to get that Raider. Like Healer Scholar with White Mage Sage. Yeah. How much is the game currently? Currently, it's $100. $100 to get into the alpha. Now the alpha is going to still go at least, you know, when you talk alpha beta, I think you have at least another 15 months. So it's not a bad deal if you want to, if you can put up with some of the stuff. Tank and Cleric as second. Well, those will be the secondaries. So you'll be able to add a tank or a Cleric to your primary archetype. That's where they'll start. It won't be all 8. Your secondaries will be limited to tank and Cleric. So already play your Cleric like that. Yeah, hopefully once things are really done, you can start. I always called it a battle priest, but you can start doing stuff like that. Refund in 90 days. Yeah, that's important to note. If you come in here and you don't like it, you do have 90 days, and that's playtime does not matter. It doesn't matter if you spent 10 hours, 100 hours, 200 hours. You can get a refund. So. What's up, Drew? Sadly think they need at least 24 months, but they're pushing for a year. Yeah, I think people are going to be surprised. I do think they're going to get in the beta much sooner than people think. It's my opinion. So, you know, I think they're spending I mean, if you have 200 employees, you're spending a lot of money, right? Is the game live now? I mean, it's live, but it's an alpha. Let's see what this arsonist had up here. Did we take a quest for bandits? I think we did, right? For the highwayman? Pretty sure we did. Will Summoner come out this month? No. Summoner, I think the earliest they plan for it is going to be November. That's kind of the roadmap that they gave us. They called it, what, a cherry on top? So to me, that doesn't mean it's a definite. It's hopefully we can get it done. But it's been in development for so long. I mean, right? Like anybody that looks into like folks who do code, look at the code, you know, your reverse engineers, as they say, like they've been putting Summoner stuff into the game for a long, long time. Oh, your phone died. That sucks. Well, I'm glad you're back. Yes, I'm on Twitch. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. What is that? Verdant Yoke Hands. Nah, let's see. Armor smithing. All right. I can learn it. That's good. Can't learn the copper necklace. Can't learn the copper hoop earring. Didn't know we had that for pauldrons. That's good. Let's try to ping this raider. There we go. Oh shit, where'd you come from? Oops. Where did I get Twitch name? Just Theory Forge. Yeah, if you come on over, it's on Theory Forge. Theory Forge is pretty much everywhere. Actually, the TikTok channel is also Theory Forge, but I had changed it to the actual in-game name I use, which is Phantomax. All right, why are you not? That's weird. Where'd I get that information? Sorry, are we talking about? I'm sorry, I just glossed over what I was talking about. Are you talking about the summoner? Oh, data miners. Oh, that's been everywhere. Yeah, I mean, if you're in Discord, so, oh, what did we just, oh, this is our very first gear drop. This is, in the entire time we've been playing, this is the very first piece of gear that we've had drop. I appreciate the follow. Yeah, what is it? Scepter? Brook Steel Scepter. Oh, it's magical power too. I mean, that's what we use. Intelligence. Might as well equip it, right? Um, I mean, it looks the same. Oh well. Let's see what it's like. Let's pull you in. You get in here. I like the mustache. I appreciate that. We used to had a big beard, and it just got too damn hot for the beard. So, all right, why did you quit combat? There we go. So the data miners. I mean, that's been an issue, Vasco, for ever. Twitch does not. Oh, we got an archer too. All right, I got to back up a little bit. Sorry, not Twitch. Intrepid has not really tried to hide their data very well. Very much, actually, not at all. But none of it's encrypted. Why do I not have permission for that action? Weird. You know, most pack files, when you look at UE5, most pack files, when you're in Unreal Engine 5 development or Unreal Engine 4, you can encrypt your pack files. Your pack files are what contain most of your data, right? Any kind of all of your icons, all of your everything's in your pack files, and you can encrypt that. Now, that does not mean that you're like free of people data mining. It's not super hard to learn how to actually get into encrypted data, encrypted pack files. But they've not even encrypted it, so it's super easy to get. I mean, Unreal Engine 5, like Unreal itself, provides the tools to open up pack files because it's an open source engine. So people have been getting in and looking at stuff forever. You know, I don't think there's a big push to stop that right now, because you wouldn't really stop it. Like I said before, there's a lot of ways to get around it. All right, I didn't know I'd pick up an arsonist too. Those tend to be a pain in the ass, but it's all right. Let's try our. Get him with our mace. Game is not out. It's in alpha 2 phase 3 testing. Can anyone get into this alpha? Yes, you just have to pay for it. It is $100. This game may be the reason why I get a PC and keeping my eye on it. You know, if they keep putting their, I don't know, I think we're going to see a game that releases with some changes from what we might have expected. But I think it can still be fun. But, you know, as the comment there, God, this game is taking forever. It is. And with that, people get very, you know, get very much like this game ain't never coming out. I think it will come out. This is Ashes of Creation. Yeah, I definitely think it will come out. Like I said, it's just a matter of with what content does it come out. And that's the part that we don't really know for sure. You know, what all we'll get. So, what's your rank of it on a scale of 1 to 10 so far? Probably in its best moments, I would say a 5. But that's because it's a non-completed game. I would wait with buying a PC. Yeah. What's up, Nikesh? I would too. Summoner out yet? Nope. They sure are not. Hopefully they get summoners right, and that brings in a whole lot of new eyes. Would love for that to happen. I thought we had a quest for bandits, but I don't. All right, giant spiders. 10 slate. Oh, we got 10 again? Oh, wait, we didn't turn that in, did we? All right, Minotaur. Bears, wolves. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought we pulled up a. All right, maybe not. All right, let's go somewhere else then. Mount is currently dead. What the hell? Where'd my mount die? So if your mount dies, you have a 10-minute cooldown before you can actually resummon it. What's up, John? If Steven really needs the money down the line, he can always sell a part of the game to Amazon. I think that's kind of where they might be going with dynamic gridding. You know, dynamic gridding is this like system that nobody's been able to do yet. So if you're able to get it working, like all of a sudden, I do think you have something you can sell off. So I would much rather than take all the money, all the time they need and release a completely polished game. Yeah, although I'm kind of moving more towards, I would rather them do that, but with less content so that we would actually still be able to play. Like I would rather them cut down their overall content goals for release and make half that content really good rather than all of that content really mid. GTA 6, yeah, that's going to be one that I think everybody's waiting for that, right? I've been watching this game in the Riot MMO, but who knows? Yeah, on the Riot, yeah, who knows the ETA exactly? Aren't they still in there like, we're going to go put our head in the sand and you aren't going to hear from us anymore? How long you been live for now? An hour 30. Let's hope it don't get patented. Oh, you know they will. Yeah, for sure they will. If they can get it working. Dynamic gridding. That could become a big source of money. I mean, that would, if they could get that working, Unreal would probably try to license or buy it. Put it into Unreal Engine. How do you get access? If you go to ashesofcreation.com, you can pay for it there. I really need to figure out why chat isn't coming over to, anyways. How's this phase? When did it start? We've been in this phase, gosh, I want to say 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Has it been now? Yeah, it's been, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks now. My time could be all messed up. It's not been forever, but we've been in it for a little bit. Just went to a new MMO to sink my teeth into. I think we all do. That's all of us, right? Drop you a follow in my source when the game comes out. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll be here Saturday, Sunday mornings. Game patents are going to be the death of gaming. It will. Yeah. Is it a mega server again? We have 2 servers, and I am playing on the EU server. They were going to start out with just an NA server, but a lot of folks complained about that, and EU folks. So they did go ahead and make sorry, and turn on a EU server for the folks that were upset about it. So, all right, I'm trying to understand why it's not letting chat come on. So weird. So what the idea here of what I've been trying to build out is for people to be able to talk to each other. So I could come in and send a message to TikTok, like say hello. But it's not getting brought over to TikTok for some reason. But anyway. Like, I don't think anybody in TikTok is seeing that come through. Right? I just said hello in Twitch. Oh, do you see it in chat? No shit. It's working? All right. Well, never mind. Okay. Well, you guys can talk to each other then. TikTok and and Twitch can have conversations. You can respond to each other. That's what it should work anyways. But how many classes are currently available? 7 of 8. We have the Cleric, the Tank, the Fighter, the Ranger, the Rogue, the Bard. Did I say Cleric? I don't know if I'm missing anything else. We still have the Summoner that we have not had access to yet. So Summoner is the one thing everybody's waiting on. I think a lot of people are hopeful that the Summoner is going to be a pretty badass class. So this is Ashes of Creation. First time seeing it. Well, hopefully, you know, it's a visually nice game. Why do we got a hungry brown bear that's flagged for us, but it's just sort of sitting there? You've been having fun playing this? Yeah, overall. I mean, there's frustrations, right? But that come up with a game in development. But now, I will say when I'm on stream with you all, it's more just a chat. Like, I enjoy just chatting with folks more than anything. So I have to be careful to not die. Sounds like D&D classes. Yeah, I mean, this whole game is based off of a Pathfinder campaign. So Stephen Sharif, who is the owner of Intrepid, creative director of Ashes of Creation, had created a Pathfinder campaign years ago, and that was the basis of this. So it's not surprising if you see D&D sort of comparisons. Oh, come on, dodge, man. Let me dodge. How much does it cost? Currently, it's $100 to get in. No, it is not. This is not Final Fantasy at all. Ever play EverQuest? Hell yes. That was my very first MMO. I was a kid, 99 to 2004, and then in 2004 EverQuest 2 came out. I spent a lot of time on that, and then moved over to WoW because everyone I played with moved over to WoW. So streaming 4K and vertical at the same time. Yeah, we're streaming actually. I have a stream PC that's set up separate of my gaming PC. So
wow.
Mace, I appreciate you. So yeah, we're actually streaming to TikTok, to YouTube, both vertical and horizontal, to Twitch and to Kick, all at the same time. Favorite MMO of all? I mean, the nostalgia in me will tell you EverQuest. A little bit of lag there. How is the game for $100 to get in? I think it's fine. I think you're going to get a lot out of your money. So I'm a cleric, actually, believe it or not, a cleric with a bow. But you have a 90-day return policy. So if you don't like it, you can get your money back pretty easily. And that's independent of playtime. You could play 1,000 hours in 90 days and still refund your money. So yes, I have checked out Monsters and Memories. I'm looking forward to playing around in it once it gets here. This is the Ashes I love. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 14 for people who like story, not PvP. Yeah, this is definitely a PvP friendly game. They announced EverQuest 3. How would you feel? I'd love it. I actually started. So I've been doing streaming content sort of creation and a talk show actually for 11 years actually. And that all started with EverQuest Next. So I would love to see an EverQuest 3. Is this a newer game? Yes, it's been in development for 8 years. Kind of restarted in 2021 with UE5. So is Ashes worth it at the moment? Yeah, I mean, I really do think it's worth it to get in and to see what you think. Again, you have a 90-day return policy. So if you ultimately just don't like it, it's not hard to get your money back. I don't know of anything else that has even close to a 90-day policy. So game is, yeah, it's called Ashes of Creation. EQ was your first game? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. I have a lot of memories from EQ. So, ragdoll physics are kind of funny. Yeah, there's a lot. You should see how some of the trees roll. When you knock down a tree, sometimes the gravity component, the physics, gets really messed up, and it's hilarious to watch. Thing just goes like spinning like a top, just rolling down. This is Ashes of Creation. I belong to Ashes. I play. How do you play Ashes when you're trying to relax? You got to explain that one to me. Combat is, yeah, combat's the best part of Ashes. So EverQuest though is definitely my start. You know, when you look at like time wise, I've probably spent most time in World of Warcraft, like most people. Is there more questing now? There's some more questing, but do not come back for the quests because you won't have many to do. Character's movement very fast. It kind of looks that way because I'm a dwarf and the legs are so short, I think. Is it sub-based? It will be. It will be a subscription. It is not currently. Right now, you just pay to get into the alpha. But it will eventually be a sub-based game. Crushbone memories. Oh, I spent so much time in Crushbone. Yeah, I was an otter. Yeah. Is this thing actually like killing me? What's happening? It is an MMO. Yeah, MMORPG. The RPG part is not in yet, really. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Can't be an FBSS. I haven't heard that one forever. East Commons. I love the trading that happened in East Commons, or East Common lands. Looks way better than the last time I saw footage. They've improved it a lot. They actually moved Unreal Engine 5.6. What is this poorly written note? And when they moved to that, I can't learn that. Where did it go? Poorly written note. I just saw it in the... I mean, it looks like a quest item, right? Oh, here. I don't know what a quest journal updated. All right, I don't know what with, but it is tab target, but there's also an action cam component. I don't like to use it, so I don't. I think a lot of PvP people do though. But anyways, they moved to 5.6 Unreal, and that has improved quite a lot of stuff when it comes to how it looks and some things. Attempts at relaunching EQ always seem to fail. Yeah, but can you imagine if they just pumped EQ into Unreal 5 with all of the 25 years of content and everything else? It'd be crazy. I think it would be amazing. They'd have to improve some other, modernize a few other things with it. But when is this released? No idea. They have not said that. My guess is it will be, anywhere from a year to 2. Come from EverQuest World of Warcraft. What is this? This is Ashes of Creation. Is there housing? Yes, there are multiple forms of housing. Freeholds, which are limited. I think they say about 10% of the player base will have freeholds. There will be in-node housing, which is static housing as well, which will be even more limited. And then everybody will be able to get a, I want to say hotel room, but not a hotel room. In-based housing. So you'll have an in-room. They plan to support things like, it sounds silly, but like real estate. So like you can buy and sell real estate basically. Because let's say you have an in-node house, and you bought that in-node house when it was when the node was like level 3, and then the node goes up to level 4 and level 5, like that in-node housing becomes larger and thus theoretically more valuable. Is Ashes of Creation free to play? No, it is it is currently $100 to get into alpha. But that will probably buy you about 15 years. That's a good one. 15 years of development. That will buy you 15 months of play. There are your classic, there's 2 versions of each. So dwarves, elves, humans. There will be orcs. Accidental meme. Yeah. You'll get 15 years of gameplay. Yeah, totally did not mean that. There's also going to be what's called Tolnar, which is supposed to be a blend of kind of everything. And it's an underground race. We have largely only heard of that. We've not seen, I think they maybe showed a toe. Because for a little while they were called the Tonar. But we've not seen really anything of the Tolnar. So I'm not so sure, you know, that we're any closer to seeing that I don't know. There are times where I think the Tolnar might actually just be put off to post-launch. I think there'd be a lot of people that'd be upset about that, but we've just seen almost nothing. Shit, what just happened? That's weird. Okay. Got to see inside my head there, and there was nothing there. Can someone tell me what game this is? This is Ashes of Creation. MMORPG. And we are just shooting the shit. So, a game that's been in development for quite some time. There's a lot out there. If you want to learn more, probably the best place to go is the Ashes of Creation wiki. A person named Lex has run that forever, and it literally, if there's ever been a stream, there's ever been an interview, they've captured everything about the game onto their wiki. Now, it can be potentially questionable how much is still accurate, but is this the ranger class? No, I'm actually a cleric. It's wild, right? I got a bow. Any class can use any weapon. So, I like the bow. Bow seems to fit well for me. So, especially when I'm healing in a group, I like to be able to sit in the back. Now, you also have access to a wand, to a spell book. So you don't have to, you don't have to use a bow for ranged, but it is my favorite. So, I also have a mace. I mean, I can show you that one there. Wonderful mace. Game is so empty. I mean, Riverlands has been fleshed out fairly good. I mean, it still needs a lot of work, but yeah, the anvils, which they just released, is pretty empty. So, are you playing dwarf? Yes. I am a dwarf. I am a super midget. Yes. Let's see if I can remove. Here's what I actually look like. The Nakua. Lighting's kind of bad. Let's see if I can get. Is there better space for lighting? No. Maybe if I go like this. I'm getting shadows, man. Anyways. There we go. That is the dwarf. How good is the cleric for damage? I mean, it's okay. It's not a DPS class. You can spec it into damage more, though. I mean, that's one of the nice things. So when you look at the skills here for the cleric, you can't select everything. This is Ashes of Creation. But you can spec more into things for damage, like Blessed Weapon, which I have on me, adds more damage. Then Consecrating Wave is a damage plus heal spell. Well, you can spec into damage plus heal. Starts off as damage. Let's see, what else combat-wise? Chains of Restraint can also do some things for you. So that's your CC. So you can spec into more of a DPS-like role, but are you going to compete with a rogue or with a ranger or a mage? No, you are not. You can play ashesofcreation.com. It is currently $100 to get into to get access. The game is not fully out. We are in technically this stage is Alpha 2 Phase 3. Alpha 2 started about a year ago. It started with obviously Phase 1, moved to Phase 2. Oh, I forgot to put back my... Oh, I can show you. I don't have a lot of other skins for armor right now. Here's Royalty. I don't really like it. It's okay. It's probably my second favorite. And then, what is the other one? Majesty. I really don't like this one. This one I think is goofy as hell, but that's fine. So we'll just go back to... where'd it go? There it is. That's my favorite. It is just PC. I don't think this will ever come to console unless it's like a humongous success. I'm back, Slate Wolf. Do you have mounts? Yes. Now everything's going to be a skin. All right, what happened? Where'd it go? Disappear? But yes, you will have mounts. Mounts will be in different varieties: common, uncommon, epic, legendary, and but you'll get skins for them. I don't think younger people play MMOs that much more. That's a very interesting, Ray. Very interesting conversation. Yeah, that's a question. And I think that's part of what Ashes is trying to capture is the younger group by being a PvP-based game. I don't know that that's going to be successful, but I think that's part of what they're trying to do. The hell are all these bears just sort of ganging around up here? It's weird. I don't think that's intended. All right, there's no skeletons either, so people are killing everything here. Are there going to be flying mounts? There will be, but they will be incredibly limited. Only mayors will get flying mounts. So the average player will never see a flying mount, most likely. Is this game out? It's in Alpha 2. It's P3 perpetually online. Pretty much, John. It's, you know, they say 24/7. There is downtime, so I think it's probably more like, you know, 23/7. Some days maybe 22/7. All these bears are not supposed to be doing this, so it's probably no undead. I'm guessing because it's light, not nighttime. So we'll go somewhere else. Actually, we should go to the goblins. Let's do that. My favorite place to grind is not here, so we've got to go for a little bit of a run. And you can see this here. So there are rotating lawless areas. So right now there's a lawless PvP zone with 19 players. I'm not sure that it's great that it's put into a newbie area, but it is. So if you like PvP, there is PvP available. Is the gameplay like WoW? No. I mean, there's similarities, but I think they're two very different games. Definitely similarities. It is an MMORPG after all. Why is there a marker? I don't understand. My minimap has a marker on it. It's not letting me remove it. I don't know why that got there. Yes, they have PvP, 100%. I mean, PvP is the backbone. Oh, what's the Blood Raven? What's that do? PvP is the backbone of the game. This appears to be a simple named mob. We shall find out. It's playable now. Do you mean when will it be released? All right, that might be for a quest because we didn't get anything from it. What's a similar MMO that you can relate it to? Well, I can tell you that so the people that are creating it really use Lineage 2 and Arcade as their starting points. We have no idea when release will come about. All right, we're getting into even lower level stuff, so we need to go somewhere else. Yeah, let's go down south towards New Ayla. Although that puts us pretty far away from Winstead, but that's okay. We don't really know. I don't think Intrepid knows. My best guess, and I'm probably unique in my thought process, is that they're going to have beta at the end of next year. Beta's not meant to last super long. And beta might last like 2 months, 3 months, and then move straight into release. And I do think they're going to release with less content, which again for me is fine, with less content than originally planned. Did I answer when? I think I just did. I mean, you can come in and play test it now, but the actual release date, I don't know that anyone can tell you that answer. So I'm trying to think of where I want to go. Yeah, let's go this way. I sold iguana steaks for 1,000 gold each. What? Well, how did that happen? Who has 1,000 gold? What do you get out of it? Actually, I want to go down here. I've been looking for an MMO that has PvP like Rift, where you queue into a match. Yeah, right now everything is not instanced at all. Wait, is this... Sorry, I'm talking and I'm not paying attention and I'm getting confused where I'm at. Yeah, everything right now PvP is open world. Now there's some speculation that they're starting to do some instancing work. So, you know, there might be a point where here soon they actually put your PvP into some instanced type stuff that you do sign up for. But we don't have that yet. I think that'll actually, I think it really, really upset the PvP crowd. Currently level cap is 25, so we are nowhere near it. People are getting away with... Oh. The vendor's buying it for 1,000 gold? You want to come give me some steaks? Just kidding. World of Warcraft looking good in the next expansion. Yeah, no, I've always maintained a sub to World of Warcraft. I haven't always like been super deep into... I mean, I was years ago. I probably got out of World of Warcraft around... Gosh, I don't know. Probably Mist of Pandaria. Here's some of the quests. Can you hear him talking? They use AI for voices and it drives me nuts. It sounds, in my opinion, horrible. I think these are all the same quests that are in here. Pretty sure. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and do this just because it gets us a second mount, and that way if one of them dies, we don't have to wait 10 minutes. We can just come in and here's your starting area. We can just come in and use a second mount. You imagine it takes a load. It does not take as long as you might hope to level. People can get to 25 in about 24 hours. Depending on if, you know, the route you use. So it's something they have to really, really fix. Other pets? There will be. There's nothing like that now. Why are you not hitting them? I don't understand what's going on with combat here. Yeah, people can level very quickly, so how do you get cosmetics? They aren't selling any right now, so if you had bought some previously, not all of them are in the game yet. They would be in your mailbox, the ones that have been put in game. Now they are gonna likely open up cosmetics again pretty soon, so they talked about it on the live stream that they have plans. It just takes forever if you can't. Yeah, that is true. I mean, we've been streaming for several weekends, and I mean, I'm still I'm not even halfway through level 9, so I'm just chill, right? There's nothing to do really once you get to third, in my opinion, to 25. So game is never coming out. It will come out. I protest anyone that says that. I think the better question you should ask is, what will it come out with? What content? It will come out. Question just is with what? So I don't think it is vaporware. Citizen type game. I mean, there have been comparisons for sure. Not nearly the same amount of money, but.
You're a new face around here. Wonderful. Excellent.
All right, I'll just do these to get some money. The sweat of your brow. Where's that at? It's over here. Please wait a moment, then mount again. What the hell is that about? Alpha testing again. Like, come on. Yeah. 60K mount. Oh no, I don't think they would ever do that. Is this free right now? No. $100. $100 to get in for probably about 15 months of testing time. In my opinion, it could be longer, could be less. Don't know. You also get a month of go time. This will be a sub-based game. Do you have yourself targeted or something? Oh yes, I do. So I have if you go into the UI, you can actually set an offensive target and a defensive target, which is great for healers. Unable to loot, do not have enough inventory space. What? Okay. Can fix that. This is the classic sweat of your brow. It gets you initial. Where'd your clothes go, dude? It gets you some of your initial crafting stuff, but more importantly, it gets us another mount that we can summon. So since we're over here, this is alpha. Beta will be maybe in like a year. It's hard to say. But yeah, so the offensive target, defensive target stuff is super helpful. As a
Have you brought the timber? It's crude but
as a healer. All right. What's the next step? I need to make something, right? All right. Pickaxe.
Have you brought?
Oh, then I need to. Where's the stone? It's over here, right? Yeah. Anybody watching that actually plays? Because I wonder what your thoughts are. Kentar, you like it? Just started. Oh, you just started yesterday, so you're new. Blocks. Where do I gotta go? Here. Just started yesterday. What are your initial impressions? My first question is two questions. What class did you start, and where did you start? Appreciate the follow there. Nintendo? I like that name. You play Nintendo? Did you grow up with it? Yes, we're on the EU server. And thank you for the follow, Kentar. Yes, Ashes of Creation is the name of the game. It is persistent, yes. Rogue? Oh, in Riverlands. Okay. Rogue's fun. Are you having fun with the Rogue?
Have you brought the block? Brilliant. Will you have the guest? We'll provide you with a horse.
I think the Rogue was pretty well done. Cleric's the best class. Yes, it is. Thank you. Cleric's rise. Rise up. You are the heals. You are the one that matters. Yes, as mentioned, it's Ashes of Creation. Tried to play it, but only have 20 FPS. What's up, why do you got 4 Timmys? I mean, makes it very clear your name's Timmy. I am definitely... all right, somebody already answered that, right? What game is this? This is Ashes of Creation. Self-sustain is just just crazy on a Cleric. Yeah, I mean, it's your best healing. Three Timmys was taken. Oh, shit, I need powder. Where's the... over here. It's hilarious. I think the Bard, though, is better overall, right? Am I wrong in saying that? When it comes to healing, Bard is probably number 1. I know in many of the tournaments that have been held for this, the Bard has, I think, won generally. So, but the Cleric's right there with it, for sure. Going to start TikTok streaming. Where's number 1 heals? Oh, you should. It's fun. Streaming's fun. I don't do this for anything other than just have fun. So, is this on Steam? No, it is not. I don't think they'll ever put it on Steam. Actually, they did have a version of this called APOC very early on. Their very first version was APOC, which is more of a battle royal, and that was on Steam. But my personal opinion there is twofold. One is I don't think they want to spend. I don't think they want to give the share of the money to Steam that they would have to. But two, you also you get to see how many players are playing the game when you're on Steam, and I don't think they want that to happen. I don't think they want us to know that either. So either large scale fights, maybe, yeah, it's hard to. I want to say maybe upwards of like 100 v100, but I don't know. The last large thing we had was supposed to be a node siege, or sorry, a settlement siege. That did not go super well, and right now servers are so buggy and stuff that I don't know that you get huge battles just yet. But that is the goal. The goal is to get battles very similar to, like I said, Archage, Lineage 2, if they can. Cleric, strong class, bards, rogue, and tanks overshadowed. Tanks too, really? I've had a lot of people complain about tanks. A lot of people that I've seen the sort of main tank all the time. I've seen them complain. I don't know if that's, everyone or not, but I mean, I'm glad that some people are liking the tank though. On the AOC Discord, I saw someone saying that rogues usually don't get invited to leveling groups. I've not played a rogue in leveling groups, so I would be surprised. I don't know why that would be. I mean, I think rogues are pretty good sustained TDS. What was the TDLR from yesterday's Ashes? Oh, the interview? I didn't get all of it. I mean, there were some good questions, the biggest thing that stuck out, Vader, in my mind for some reason. How can someone get this? Sorry, go to ashesofcreation.com. I need to really start a rotating thing with my referral code. I keep forgetting to do that. Steven kind of talked a little bit about, briefly touched on the idea of expansions, sort of their exit criteria. and it was not like prompt, I don't think, by a question about expansions. It was sort of, you know, well, there's things we want to put in, but you know, once we get to release, we'll go back and start putting things that we wish we could have into an expansion, which just makes me, again, very curious, especially when they've talked about exit criteria now, both in their last live stream, but also in the Burns interview. You know, just, I don't know. That's why when people ask, like, when is the game coming out? My answer is, I don't know, but I think beta will probably be here sooner than people think, because there's now all of a sudden, and that picked up after we got phase 3 started. Literally like 3 days after Alpha 2 phase 3 starts, he starts mentioning exit criteria. It's like, well, why do you do that? Like, you know, why would you, you're 3 days into your phase 3. You know, you've said this is in the past, phase 3 will last probably, Taylor, I appreciate the share. You know, a year. So why 3 days in are you talking about exit criteria? And I do wonder if that's just prepping everyone for and I appreciate the follow, Taylor. I do wonder if that's everyone just prepping. Is that them prepping for, you know, letting us get warm to the idea that they're going to release the game sooner than we might think. So Vader, stop. Don't spread those lies. Steven is selling the studio and moving to South America with all the starter money. I mean, all that starter money's been spent at this point, dude. I think he likes California too much. What's up, Sticky? I don't think they're out of money. Hey, Mustache Man, missed the expansion talk yesterday. I mean, it was not like a big old thing. I don't want it to sound like he like went on this big, you know, long speech about, Sal, I appreciate the follow, about, you know, he didn't go on like this big long speech about expansions, but it came up in the context of the conversation, and it gets my attention when they start talking about stuff like that at this point. Because in my brain, the only reason you do that is to start conditioning people to the idea that you start conditioning them to the idea that the game's gonna come out, and it might not come out with everything you hoped it did. And again, I want to be clear that I'm not saying that that means the game's going to be crap if they come out early. I actually would prefer them to just to cut out the entire Eastern continent, make the Western continent fun, like actually make it fun, and then put the other continent later. I would rather them do that than put something out that's just overall not fun. I think beta's only going to last like 2 months is what they've said, I think. Did that thing just hit my mount? 2-3 months. They really want beta to be very short. People are stressing so much about the game. Yeah, I mean and maybe I do too, but it's also like I've been following and covering this game for 8 years, right? So you know, as you get closer to 10 years, it's sort of like, what are we doing? All right, why am I not going on here? I don't want you to. That's weird. Is this Lost City? No, this is Damien, thank you for the share. This is Ashes of Creation. Insanity, I appreciate the follow. MMO Dev here, what do you think the chances are of the game being successful? Especially with I think from the very start, the idea of trying to blend PvE and PvP in the way that they are is going to make it very hard to have like critical success. Now, can they have success in a way that is still financially viable? I think so. But, you know, will they reach World of Warcraft success? I don't think so. Played phase 2 beta. All right, let me get out of this. I'm trying to read chat and I'm having a hard time. Yeah, when you're 25, suddenly 35, still waiting for it hits, yeah. I mean, people have gotten married, gotten divorced, had multiple kids. So is it out? No. It is in beta or alpha 2 still. Do you still enter the first person mode when it's fully scrolled in? I mean, that's as far as I can get. Played phase 2. Is there any big changes in phase 3? Not yet. Hopefully we get, yeah, wait for November. Exactly. November is sort of, what the hell? Why are they not casting spells? Wonder if I'm at a server marker or a server worker boundary. Yeah, wait for November. November is when we're supposed to get like an actual, you know, fun, important thing, which are the Harbingers, which are rotating corruption zones, similar to World of Warcraft. Phase 2 beta, I think it meant phase 3 alpha, or phase 2 alpha. Topic of success is a huge one. Yep, I don't think 10 million users define success. I don't think they'll have 10 million. I think it's a niche game. A successful game makes money. Exactly. I think that's the best way to look at it. Like, can they keep servers open and still make a profit? That would be success. What mouse do I use? Razer. I used to walk around in first person. Oh yeah, no, I can't. That's as far as I can zoom in. This is not, I don't know why I'm sitting here. I think it's because I'm just chatting. I wanted to go down to the goblins. So we'll head that way. Hopefully my mount didn't die. I feel AOC will have 100k stable MMO players, but it won't be, yeah, I don't think it'll be millions. I mean, you can roughly do the math, right? Because they have over time told us what they've spent. So like you can then start looking at $15, you know, for let's say $15 for I appreciate the follow. Is it Costi? Did I say that right? So you can do the math, basically. How many players do they need to make this actually start turning profit? Do you think the game will be able to compete with WoW? No, and I don't think they're trying to be fair. But no, this will never have WoW numbers. And they're very different games. Like, the ideas behind them, I think, are very different. Personally, I'm giving them 2 more years. Don't see extreme progress, just move on. A lot of people are getting there. PvE is king. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, the reason I say that is basically that, Alien, right? Like, they focus on different things. Ashes it really is a PvP. They say PVX, but let's be real. PVX is just a marketing term. PVX is a way to try to make PvE players more comfortable with the idea of dying during PvP. But that's what Ashes is going for versus World of Warcraft, which is really a PvE game with some PvP mixed in. So I just think they're very different, and you have different audiences because of that. So. What about ESO, Guild Wars 2? I know a lot of ESO players that have had fun with Ashes. Nice Gaming, who's another content creator, has a lot of people that follow him on YouTube. He's ESO. Guild Wars 2, I'm not so sure. Oh shit, it's on me. I don't know why or how, but your game looks super clean graphically, stream-wise too. Well, good. I will say, streaming, like if you're ever watching somebody and it's not looking great, specific to Ashes, I think the further you zoom in, the better the game looks on stream. Like if I kind of do this, I don't know, it's a little, well, I mean, that looks okay too. But dwarf using a bow feels blasphemous. What do you want me to use? At least it's a short bow, not a long bow. Fits, right? Short. Kind of sad people normalize rushing Intrepid because we want the best game. Yeah, I mean, here, I'll use a scepter. Is that better? I don't know. I don't know that it's rushing so much as like people just, you know, where's your patience? And when it's been out for so long, people start to lose patience a little bit. Why did you stop hitting? What's up, Lucas? Thanks for hanging back. Oh, got another Raven. They could cut some content, add it in a few months after release. It's still fine. I think that, and I do think that's what's going to happen. Now, I guess when I stream, I need to be very clear. So I am in the Phoenix Initiative, which is a group. Well, you can look it up. When I talk about Ashes, like there's no, I'm not giving you any insider knowledge. It's purely my opinion. So, but I do think that what we will get, and again, that's largely based off statements that have been made publicly. Like Steven mentioned in the past that there are things that they wish they could put out at release that they had hoped to do so with, but they can't. And so they're going to come back and put them in later. So we already know that there's some things, we just don't know what it is. Every MMO in history, how they release and where they go after. Short, that's going into the book, Warhammer reference. Warhammer. I miss Warhammer Online. I think that was a highly underrated MMO. I think the private server's still kicking though, right? Anybody play it? How many more years till it gets... How many more years till we get release? I don't know. I'd say 1 to 2. Somewhere in there. Everything I read about this game tells me you need to be at least 8 hours a day to not get blasted. I mean, currently, I would say it probably rewards. It probably rewards your no-lifers more, but don't most MMOs reward your no-lifers more? Ashes is the main game for sure. 4 hours a day. I think, I gotta be honest though, 4 hours a day, like, I stream 4 hours Saturdays and Sundays because I have time during the week. Like, it would be a stretch to be able to get 4 hours. I feel like let them take all the time they need. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. But I think we have to be realistic that they don't have all the time they want. You know, Steven, sure, he's a very wealthy man, but they're bleeding money. Like, it is a business. It needs to make money at some point. So you just have to start making some tough choices. And again, I don't think that means the game's going to be like crap. Game can still be a lot of fun even if they remove some things. Hope Ashes creates more unique PvE content. I do too, but I think, I don't know. I don't like how the music disappears here. Yeah, I stream this game as well. I love being a game tester and want the game the best it can be. Yeah, I think we all do. When's it coming out? We don't know. Name of the game is Ashes of Creation. The hell, why can't I get on my damn mount? Please wait a moment to mount your... That was weird. Yes, Phase 3 did just happen. It's only been probably 3 or 4 weeks. I've been watching since 2017. Yeah, I think a lot of us have been around for a long time. Well, some of us anyways. This is a dwarf. The Nakua version. Music needs an upgrade in Ashes. Be consistent, yeah. Sure does. Mind changing the map? Sure. I always question whether people want me to show the map so they can come find me and kill me. So I'm keeping that in mind. But here's your map. This is the Riverlands, the most fleshed out part of the game. And you got the desert. You got your all this different areas. So this area. They just added the anvils up here, which has been, you know, they need a lot more work on anvils. Looks very similar to WoW. I don't know about that. I didn't know you could do a horse with a crate. I thought you just had to run the crates. Did you ever play Lineage 2? Yeah, I played both. No, I didn't really get into the PvP parts, but yeah. Actually, before we stop for, I want to go see if anybody's at. These are the goblins. So this is the camping area that we used to spend a lot of time at, primarily because it's really good about dropping treasure maps. Now they're level 6. World feels very empty. It does. Is that it? Is that how it is? Or is it, I mean, it's just the development cycle. Yeah. I mean, you know, they're in the process of trying to get everything made, basically. Map is huge. It is huge, Alien, and that's why I think actually, you know, the idea of only doing one continent at release would be fine. Because the map is already huge. Like, I mean, look around. Now, granted, I am on the EU server, so times are different, but there's no one around. That costs $100. It's probably Paul. What's up? So is it actually Paul or is it probably Paul? Oh, we got, what was that? River Stalker's Breaker. I think we already have the ring, right? Bracers. We can't learn any of the jewel crafting stuff, I don't think. I have like a 500 of these bear things. For anyone asking, price $100. Yeah. And yeah, yes, I guess I should continue that, right? You do have a 90-day return policy, and it doesn't matter how much you play. So, I mean, you could spend 2,000 hours and still get a refund. Content currently available. I mean, it's primarily it's the Riverlands, but there, as I just showed, there's a lot of stuff around here. Oh, these things spawn real fast, so let me get back out of here. I mean, this is your play area right now. I can't zoom out to the entire map, but so there's a lot of space. Probably. All right, probably, Paul. Well, welcome. We'll just assume it is Paul. Dungeons, raids are currently open world. It's all open world. Nothing is instance at this point. I don't think they have any sort of instance technology built yet. I think they're working on it, but so overall, currently the content's going to be like some quests. It's a lot of grinding. More than anything, it's grinding. There are some open world raids. There are open world dungeons as well. So like you can see here, Tower of Carfin, the Befallen Forge. Those are two large multi-group dungeons. Go over here. You play Black Desert, you know about the grind. Yeah, I think Black Desert might be another one that they really focused. I mean, Lineage 2 and Arcade are the two primary ones when you talk about kind of what inspires the team. I played a lot of Black Desert too. I actually really enjoyed the crafting process of Black Desert. It was a lot of fun. Controlling workers, sort of all that stuff. I enjoyed it. First time you log in, you're shocked how good it looks. Spend a month to get one level. And to be clear, I am solo. Solo is currently and likely might not ever be the most ideal way to play this game. I need to be very clear on that. I play solo mainly so I can chat with everyone. I don't care to like rush to 25. I'm not like in some big, you know, I'm not trying to get anywhere. I'm just trying to have fun, enjoy the time, and chat with you all. So that's why I'm solo for the most part. I have healed in groups back phase 1, and it just made it very hard to chat. Why are none of these spawning? Oh, they're there. So to be clear, I am solo, and it is very slow. Where did everything go? Disappeared. All right, server worker 41. Are we changing server workers? So everybody should be very well aware of that what you see here, things, oh my God, what just fucking happened? Things are much better. Jesus Christ, I don't know what's happening. Oh yeah, now we just crossed into server worker 40. So that's the issue, we're at a server worker boundary. So it's buggy as hell right now. So it is a long time to level for me. Also, going from 9 to 10, the amount of EXP that it takes to level goes up versus the first 8 levels. Well, first 9 levels. That's intentional. I think they want to, it was a way to sort of limit the number of people getting citizenship and then voting for mayoral stuff. PC only, yes. Just hit 20 mainly solo, did 2.5 levels with groups as a rogue. All right. Yeah, it's certainly possible. 100% possible. What happened is this guy does not, I think he's just not going to die. We can just sit here forever. Server workers aren't an argument and don't talk to each other well. 100%. Family unfiltered. Oh, sorry, what did I miss? The game is an alpha testing. Don't expect to finish the game. Yeah. Game amazing, 100% worth it. I mean, we can, I don't know. Amazing is a little bit strong word for me, but you know, it is better than it was in Alpha 2 Phase 1. I think we can all agree on that. You know, there's been progress. I think, what was the word? Well, I missed it now. Did they fix the issues where the shield wouldn't show up on the tanks? I'd have to, I'm not sure actually, now that you asked that. 100% is the maximum. As a cleric, you can AoE clear up the river there. Yeah, I'm not spec'd into AoEs right now though. They did fix the tank shields. Yeah, I don't play the tank, so and then when I don't group with people. And actually the people that I typically talk to that do play the tank aren't playing right now. So, all right, this is wild. So the boundaries are not super clear. It used to be you could walk up to and you could find the actual server worker boundaries. New content being added in November, released in summer. I mean, yeah, that's what they say. Hopefully that's actually the case. I will point out that they said the summoner was a cherry on top. Yeah, these server workers, I don't know if this is the dynamic nature. Because it used to be you could find the actual, you could find the lines pretty easy. But here, I'm not really seeing a clear demarcation because we're still on 41. Anyways, Ash's potential has been there from the start. Potential, sure. I feel like the initial hype about this phase, thousands of people, already died out. I would agree. I think that a lot of people expected more from phase 3. You know, everybody was sort of under the impression phase 3 is when the real alpha began. And really, there's not been much difference in phase 3 from phase 2. All right, these mobs are like all bugged to shit, I think. Because there should be a whole line of them right here, and there's not. So we're going to go upstream, I think. Can't summon mount here. Okay. Did they fix this yet? What parts? What parts do you want to know if they fixed? Steven, let me finish off my water mount. Have they added POIs and dungeons and zones other than the ruins? Oh yeah, there's POIs. I mean, if you go to, yeah, like they've added a bunch of POIs and little pocket dungeons up here to anvils, but I mean, that's still pretty thin. But yeah, they've added stuff. I mean, Peon put out a video, to be fair, that goes over everything they've added from the start of phase 2 to now. And I mean, there's a fair amount. The money they make, you pay to play is insane. I mean, it's gotten better. Is it cloaky? Gotten better. I mean, it used to be like $375, $250. At least now it's $100. Although I will say at the higher tier, at the higher amount, you got more stuff. All right, where are these other? Aren't they right here? Is this server just really messed up? gameplay river lands, but in all sense, yeah. I mean, that's where they're headed. It's very buggy in the beginning. Certain area was unplayable. For the anvils, it's tough. Yeah, largely pocket dungeons. There's nothing major. Wait, we need to go further down. I think, right? Where is everything? Wanted to love this. I mean, there's no reason to just give up. Legend Gaming, I appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't want that. Well, hold up. Aren't there supposed to be goblins right over here? Sucker for lighting. Pocket dungeon caves look awful. Lighting has been a very big issue for sure. Had to return it. Oh, you did? I mean, that wasn't an easy process though. Can you want to play early access right now? Yeah, no, it's not free. $100. I mean, for the most part, you know, well, no, for sure. I feel like I've gotten my money out of it. Ah, here they are. You know, every game in EU5. Oh yeah, the lighting. There's been a lot of lighting problems. Yes, this is AOC. Ashes of Creation. I wonder if this will be a No Man's Sky story, half baked, but over a year or two gets tons of free updates. Well, you know, the reason that I think the reason that No Man's Sky was able to do that though is because they had a lot of people buy in up front, right? So they had a lot of money. No Man's Sky got a lot of money at the start. And that I think allowed them to continue even to this day, right? To push out new content. Because of all the money they made. But I don't know. I don't know if Ashes, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they get to that point or not. I would hope, but you never know. All right, so this was one of my favorite areas to just sort of grind for purposes of getting treasure maps, stuff like that. Now they are level 6, so we start to you know, we start to have some issues with the drops not being as much as previous earlier levels, but so I am told it's fixed where you can actually talk to TikTok. I think they can see our messages. I believe. So like, is this game difficult? If you pull 2 mobs, could you die? Oh yeah, oh for sure. Depending on where you're at. Here recently why are you not fighting? What is happening here? Recently they added a process, Jace, where the higher you go up in level difference, the easier it is for them to kill you. So they take less damage from you and you do less damage to them as far as monsters. So that has 100% made it much more difficult. And they did that to stop power leveling. So do you have anything waiting for you? No. I think you have no gear whatsoever. Always heard this game and loved it. Idea, never saw gameplay, mind blown. Let me see if this comes through to you all. Yes, it can be very difficult. TikTok, do you see this? Does this get pushed to you? And Jace, did it actually single you out? Uh-oh, somebody's pulled everything. Are they going to AoE or are they just running? All right, Jace might not be here anymore. Oh, you did. Good. All right, so it's working. Oh, no, they're just AoEing everything down. Level 19. What the f are you doing here? You're going to get no gear. There's a 10, so beyond 10 levels, you don't get any you don't get anything unless he's doing a quest. I think these things do drop quest items, if I remember right. Yes, there are very big death consequences. You will drop, so you get experience dead. You don't lose experience, but you do get experience dead. And you drop part of your material inventory. So, mission for killing goblins. Gotcha. Yeah, because he's not going to get anything out of that. But yeah, there are some pretty, there are significant death consequences. Now I think it's always funny because, I know I'm like, oh, I don't, I hate having so much death stuff, blah, blah, blah. Because I think like, it's easy to get used to WoW. But, if you go check out, if you go over and check out like Pantheon, right? Pantheon, when you die, you drop everything. Like, you drop everything. So it's not as bad as it could be. You can't be power leveled anymore. What's the point? I mean, it's hard to power level. Yeah, it's not impossible. I mean, I think you can still, it's only the damage you do. So, I mean, you could certainly be with someone that is doing significant, doing the killing and you're in the group. And I assume you would still get it, but you can't have a lot of low level groups. Like when we were 15 during phase 2, I was level 15 and I was able to kill things that were like level 24. I can't do that anymore. Not even close. And there will be full loot areas. I don't know about full loot. But yeah. Die makes you drop your material bag, yeah. It's not 50%, is it? It's 25? Or am I misremembering that? You leveled? Nice. PvP a thing in this game? Oh yeah, 100%. PvP at Jace is the backbone of this game. Yeah, if you like PvP, I mean, that is frankly what keeps everyone interested right now, is the PvP. Because once you get to level 25, there's just not a lot to do. And then you can kill anyone as well. So now, if you kill someone who's not flagged for PvP or who doesn't fight back, then you do get corrupted. And when you're corrupted, it's much easier for other people to kill you, and you start to drop items. Until you're at 25, you build wealth. That's true. What's up, A-Wolf? Yeah, if you pick up somebody's loot, you get flagged. Yeah. Leveled up other characters to last 6 training classes. You have a favorite? Items have physical magical damage. Yeah, so you can use, everybody can use, any class can use any item. So. Or any weapon. All right, Lucas, I'll see you. I'll be here tomorrow. Same time. I think it's interesting that all of a sudden the things spawning back are actually now, I wonder if that's like closer to my level. I wonder if that's on purpose. Are the cleric tank augments online for level 25 yet? No. Augments are a ways away, several months. 20 bard and at level 25 you still grind for gear. That's true. I mean, with the changes they've made. 6'4". Are you actually 6'4"? I wish I was 6'4". I played basketball. I'm originally from Indiana, so I played ball forever, but I was never the right height for it. How do you like the game? Is it Jush Master? I mean, to be clear, I've been following this game for 8 years, so I do think I have some bias. I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't call it great. There are times that I have a hard time logging in when I'm not streaming, and I think that says something. So, is it Wilfredo? Thank you for the follow. I think I missed somebody too somewhere. So, I mean, what I would tell you is don't base whether you would like it on whether I like it. If you have questions about it, I'm more than happy to answer them and try to give you some idea of what you may or may not like about the game. But definitely don't just take my word for it. So. Oh, what server are you on? 6'4". Barb was fun. I mean, the fighter's fun, right? Why did you do just like completely targeted the wrong thing? But that's fine. Joel. All right. Yeah, I've always done EU server. Largely because, well, it started out because of the time that I stream, which is really EU time. But I don't know. I find that most of the assholes are on NA. So will there be a podcast this Sunday? Probably, yes. I hope so. Followed since 2016. Just want to know what you enjoyed. Oh, yeah. I mean, the parts that I'm looking forward to aren't here yet, to be blunt. I'm US as well. I mean, I'm actually NNA, but I play on EU. The whole reason I backed in Kickstarter, the biggest reason were nodes. So I don't feel like nodes are entirely fleshed out where I'd like it to be right now. But, you know, I'm still willing to keep going. Definitely assholes on EU too. Okay. Which is why I play EU on NA. All right, yeah. Fair. By assholes, you mean polar pirates. Yeah. I wasn't going to name anybody. If I get too loud in naming, I mean, Polar's the type that would make a character over here just to come grief me. Humanity is humanity. That's true. I don't know what nodes are, but I like settlements. Oh, Sticky, they're nodes. He can say settlements all he wants. We spent 8 years calling them nodes. They're nodes. EU equals skilled and A equals toxic. Yeah. You did it for me. Huh? Waiting on the EU merge. I mean, it might happen. Definitely might happen. I can compete with toxic people. Yeah, I mean, I mostly just don't give a shit. You know, if somebody wants to be an asshole, that's fine. They can be an asshole. I'm not somebody that's gonna let it bug me. All right, like, you know, because that's part of what people want, right? Like that. They want to know that they're irritating you. I don't know. I don't let it get me down. If anything, it starts to be, actually, if anything, it kind of potentially highlights problems with game design, right? It's not ideal that you have to get, you know, PK'd or something to highlight game design issues, but it does. When you get trained and then looted by a rogue at high level. Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's easy to like ignore it, especially if you've just wasted like 2 hours of your time. Flanker was heavily under fire yesterday in the global chat because his guild is starting to gatekeep trade routes and stuff. Really? I don't get to talk to Flanker much anymore. We have a content creator chat in Discord, but it's kind of gone, a lot of it's gone silent. There's a lot of people have kind of moved on a little bit. Sorry, I got hair or something else. As people have kind of, some of the creators have become a little bit more upset, and so we don't chat as much. And then there's also some that just, I think there's been disagreements about where the game's at. So I haven't seen Flanker for a little bit. That kind of surprises me. Does he say why? Like what the rationale is? This goes back to the video I put out yesterday on YouTube about content denial, right? Like it is what the game is. Like it's specifically what they designed for. Enjoy the PvP aspects. That's why I play this type of games. Yeah, I mean this is really for a PvP person or crowd more than anything. I think I don't think you're ever going to grab the raiding group that the people that really try to do high level raids. I don't think will ever be Ashes players, because I don't think you're ever going to see that level of skill requirements in raids, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think you'll ever have like mythic stuff and things like that. PvP though is different. PvP for sure. Is what pulls people in. Because of that, that's why there's content now. I like servers with specific people on them. I think it creates community. Are they doing that? Yes, they for sure are. Probably, I mean, certainly guilds. There are well-known guilds in certain places. And Polar was mentioned. Prior to Polar, it was guilds like Amnesty. It was. I appreciate you staying, Lucas. It was, guilds like Envious. You had Pirates Guild, right? What were they on? Lyneth, I think. So you definitely get servers where people are known to exist. It's the same with other content creators. I don't know if you remember, we even had we had some big content creators try to play and they got killed. Like Asmongold, for example. He tried Clan. He got killed far too many times, so he couldn't play. But I heard you guys allowing exploits for years. Well, it's not me. But I mean, that is a frequently discussed conversation. I'm not getting any freaking drops here whatsoever. Like, not even like treasure maps. Asmon is not a PvP enjoyer. Exactly. That's why PvP got hotfixed, but he didn't come back. Yeah, I think ultimately, even if he had been allowed to do the starting area, he would eventually not like the game. Is it where gear matters more than skill? I mean, yeah, kind of. Gear is a big part of this for sure. Skill is too, but I mean, skill matters in a PvP game, but it's very much a gear-based game, which is why it's in a rough spot right now because of the economy and crafting being so jacked up. So, hopefully they get that fixed out. Hopefully economy, crafting, things like that get better. Because right now, the people that are mostly interested in things like that, like they even have like a lot, I think it was like 70% of the, I don't know, I'm throwing a number out there. I don't know if it's accurate, but like 70% of the crafting recipes like didn't work. He was going to do PvE and was very happy with the game. Yeah, that's why I said I don't think he's their target audience for sure. Why do you quit swinging, my man? See, this is where it said the tab targeting is not super great. Oh no. Is that a new class? No, it's still Cleric. Cleric with a bow and just trying to fight. If you get 1,000 players following you, 200 of those are trying to kill you all the time. I don't blame him. Oh, I don't either. Like, it's not fun. Why do I not have permission? It's my own loot. Oh, there we go. Faded treasure map. It's common, but whatever. I'm on NA, by the way. My name is same as what you're saying. All right. 75% gear, 25% skill. Yeah, I think you're probably accurate. This is Ashes of Creation. Jared, I appreciate the share. Oh, what do you got? Something blue. Oh, crushed monocles. That's for the maps as well. Yeah, this is Ashes of Creation. I wish they made an MMO less about gear and more about reputation and rank. Yeah, I'm there with you. The gear process for Ashes of Creation has also changed over time. There were times where drops would not be really a thing. Their initial vision where your crafters made the best shit. That's what Steven always said. So drops really were not supposed to be a massive source of gear, but that's gone back and forth. Right now we're in an area where not much gear gets dropped, and people are complaining about it. Prior to that, a lot of gear got dropped, and your crafters complained about it. So Guild Wars 2 did gear right. I didn't get it. I need to go back and kind of experience Guild Wars 2 a little bit more. When one target dies, your character stops attacking. Yeah, all the time. Not some of the times, all the time. Drives me friggin' nuts, man. No, level cap has not been raised, but I think they plan to somewhat soonish. So I think some of the data miners have been noticing a lot of, I think for like mage, for example, a lot of skills added. And so there's a curiosity of whether that's for the next, like an incoming level cap raise. Graphics are still, nothing sticks out. There's no themes. Just look, I mean, it does look very UE5-ish. You're right. Killing your hype completely. I mean, one, it's not their final graphic render, right? But, I mean, it does look very UE5. Like, it doesn't have sort of its own layer. I mean, I think that's a fair critique. People complain because they want a solo experience. That's true. And again, what I'm doing right now is not ideal. If you want to level, this is not ideal. I'm just doing this so we can kind of chat and I can pay attention to combat. Rather than trying to heal a whole other group and talk to you all at the same time. But this very much is supposed to be a group-based activity. So Alpha worth buying into, still not 100% sold. Hey, you know what? You get a 90-day return. So probably the biggest piece of advice I can give you if you're not sold, you know, if it's not going to hurt you to spend $100, I would try it out. Just get in, try it. If you don't like it, you got 90 days. Irregardless of playtime. I don't know that they have the tools to see playtime. So, you know, you could play 5,000 hours and still return it on day, 89. So, you know, it's not going to hurt you to try. Well, I mean, as long as you have money. Would you appreciate me getting something for your... you don't have to worry about me. I mean, I wouldn't turn it down. It could be 2 weeks before I get level 10 though. I wouldn't turn it down. I'm not gonna go. I'm not super worried about it though. Sticky, I appreciate you. This looks like Celtic Heroes from mobile. I don't know what that is. Oh shit, I gotta pay attention. I didn't realize I had 3 on me. I mean, risk of dying is low, but it's still there. Can you... Oh, played in the game chat? No, I don't think. Can you? I'm pretty sure not. I don't think that's in. All right, let me loot. Oh, what's this? Mistwood two-handed spear recipe. All right. Or at least getting recipes. I mean, that's nice. Other classes still just the basics. Yeah. No, there's no secondaries yet, Brian. It is still just your cleric. Let's see if I can get them. Cleric, tank, fighter, rogue, ranger, mage, bard. Did I get them all? Sorry, I just joined. You're saying the game is $100, but we have 90 days to return. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so it is 100. Now it's an alpha game, so keep that in mind. We're still in testing. But you 100% have 90 days. There are only 2,136 hours and 89 days. Thanks for checking me, Drew. Thanks for correcting me. But yeah, you can play, you can play 2,136 hours in 89 days and still return it. Get your money back. I guess you're not returning it, but you're getting money back. I think the latest Unreal Engine version made the game visually good for an MMO. Yeah, I mean switching to 5. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. Switching to 5.6 definitely made things better for them. I mean, it's a skin, right? So it's just the base. Why are you not hitting the dude? It's just the base speed. All right, why do I not have permission to loot? There we go. I think when they finally do more work on the full class, they'll be intended to buy into this. Yeah. It's always fair to wait, right? Nothing wrong with waiting. Actually, I almost tell people to wait till November anyways, because that's when the next big content drop comes. All right, we got some, I can learn that, good. And the spear, ruby ring, bracers, I think, oh, we already know that. Copper ring. Found an unlearnable recipe, perfect. Thornway Accord forearms, okay, we learned that. And I think we know that's another unlearnable. So most of your jewel crafting stuff is unlearnable, unfortunately. Celtic Heroes and MMORPG way back when. How way back when? How old? Looks very intriguing, like a modern looking WoW. I mean, again, I think WoW has different goals than this game. So I don't know that it's necessarily like a fair comparison or one that I would try to make. Originally released in 2011. Well, hopefully this looks better than that. I would hope. Especially if it was on mobile. Oh, Flanker's on stream. I didn't realize Flanker was streaming. Okay. I still want to know more of that. I still want to know more about what's going on with his guild and him content denying. Game is aiming to be everything that modern WoW is not. Yeah. I mean, kind of. I think it's more accurate probably to say it's wanting to be a modern Arcade. But, you know. Or a modern Lineage 2. But, you know, I mean, you're going to have your Arcade 2 coming out. You're going to have your Ion 2 or Aeon 2 coming out. So how things end up comparably, I don't know. Had a huge graphic update that modernized textures. Oh, around 2018. Okay, so it's not as bad comparing it to as I might expect, to a game from then. I don't know if Flanker thinks it's a big deal. It was last night I saw discourse in chat. Seemed not bothered by it. Is he on EU? Wait, did you say it was Discord chat or game chat? They're early access on Steam now. All right, what is it? Celtic. All right, now you got my attention. Early access on Steam. But it's been out for how long? Oh, you won't let me loot. When is Alpha 3? We're in Alpha 3 right now. Oh, wait, shit. Not bad. We're in Alpha 2 Phase 3. There is no Alpha 3. Celtic Heroes. All right, I'll try to remember that. Oh, I got you. It's that classic mobile and then port on up to PC. All right. That we've seen before in other games. Gotcha. Yeah, I see Alpha 3 and I automatically think Phase 3. So I have to be careful when I answer that question. Yeah, there won't be an Alpha 3. Not at all. Welcome in, Joe. When does the next Alpha, Beta, or Phase 3? We don't know. They've not announced sort of the next phases. Roughly, Steven has said... Sorry. Roughly, Steven has said phase 3 would last about a year. Gen X, that's me too. Welcome in. But again, I get senses that definitely a year would be the max, so. What's up, Jeffrey? Welcome in. Yeah, phase 3 just started a couple weeks ago. It's only been a couple of weeks. How complete does the game feel percentage based? Oh man. You're asking the tough questions. Percentage, I mean, we're not at 50%. We basically had mostly the same play area. I mean, they've added a lot of space, but they've not added a lot to that space. You know, so we've more or less had the same play area for the whole year. Well, maybe that's not fair. We have a lot of ground to cover and things just to add to the game, like archetypes, dual pet mixing, levels, new areas. Yeah. 100%. I mean, I want to say, I don't even know, like, are we at 25%? You know, there's a whole other continent that we don't have. The current map's not done. There's a whole nother continent. There are multiple islands that we don't have yet. But this continent's not even close to finished. 35% done for map areas. I guess that's one way you can look at it. Yeah, 35% done for map space, but you know, the content within the map space is still has a lot. Another 8 years of development? No, I don't think so. When are they planning to release? We don't know. That is one date we've not been given. All right, I haven't really been paying attention. I mean, we've earned a fair amount of glint, I guess. Just sort of hanging out. Oh, are those different? I guess they are. 2 years development, maybe 80% done. Oh, Chrono Audit, I would say we have a long way to go, but max 2 years of waiting for beta. I don't think they're gonna wait 2 years. I really don't. Yeah, right clicking combines it together. I do not believe they'll have all the features they promised within the next 8 years. Maybe within the next 8. I will say, you know, hiring has picked up here recently, right? In the last year, they've added tons of people. I mean, they're up to 250, right? Now, how many of those people they keep post-launch? Who knows? I think that depends on success or not of the game. Oh, they're talking about griefing in global chat again. But I think you got to be fair to Intrepid in that they really have added a lot of stuff. I mean, the game still has a lot of stuff to add, but they've added a lot. You know, they've added a fair amount over the last year. It's not like they haven't been doing stuff. It's just I think a lot of people expected more than where we are now. I don't know. Not everyone agrees with me. Yeah, about beta. It's good. It's all good. $100 for alpha plus full game release. Well, it's a sub-based game. You get a month of sub time. So you get alpha, you get the betas, and then you get a month of sub time, and then you'll have to pay more subs. Yeah, it's a sub-based game. Yeah, it's not a buy to play. I think there have been games with more content than Ashes that have been completed in far less time. From content, sure, but I also think part of the reason for their content not being being thin is because they've been working on other systems. So you know, when you look at the systems that they're trying to implement, that takes a ton of resources, right? When you talk about the fact that they're trying to do dynamic gridding, they're trying this whole new node type system, like that takes a lot of your resources. And you know, when you're putting your resources there, that means you're not necessarily putting all your resources into content creation. And so I think that's part of why, you know, content is where it's at. Now, they've had artists this whole time, so they definitely have like art, like assets, right? You know, their team really started off as artists. Ashes of Creation. Whoa, did that just reset? Or did I kill that? What just happened? Now they've also just commented on the fact that they have a narrative system, what do they call it? Narrative content system that has finally come online. So whatever tool they were developing has been finished. And so they're, hopefully that speeds up quest content and stuff like that. But, you know, part of it has just been the systems they're trying to create are also complicated. So, all right, what is going on with my dude here? You ain't combating. You said you're playing Cleric, yeah. Current kit of skills, it's okay. I liked it that you can play different ways. So you can certainly do a solo build. You can also make a build that's really targeted for single target healing. You can also make a build in the Cleric that is more AoE group healing, right? So I like that aspect. But there's, you know, we only have 25 of 50 levels, right? So there's still a lot that has to be put in. I agree that they can perfect functionality and gameplay. It's 100% most important thing. Yeah, and then content can come after. Are you tanky and the mob weak? I mean, part of it's the level difference. There's 2 levels of difference. And now, if I get like 5 mobs on me, they will kill me. Oh, damn it, I'm too far away. Taking a while to kill. TTK is also another thing that has been a lot of comments on you know, how long it takes to kill everything. That's been another one that has been back and forth. So, did they cap the amount of skills you can have on your bar? No. I mean, I think you can add bars and keep adding, but there's not like a ton of skills. I can pull up, hold on, I'll pull up the skill menu here in a minute. Once I kill these. Yeah, you can have, I could add more bars down here. I just don't have anything to put on the bars, so. What's your take on the current play area? Do you feel like it's Guild Wars 2 WoW where it's empty land? I mean, there's certainly are similarities, sure. But again, I think they're 2 different games. Here, let me show you, I played ESO, yeah. I don't regularly play it now. So here's your skills, right? So when we were talking about how you can build a Cleric, you do have some damage stuff, Judgment, you have Smite when you start, you can get Consecrating Wave, you have CC up here with Chains of Restraint, this one right here. But you have single target heals, right? Deliverance. This is your big heal. You have Resplendent Beam, which is more AoE. It hits 3 targets. Mend is a single target, and you can spec into extra. This is called Plentiful Mend, so you have 2 additional charges. Healing Touch is another single target, but at melee range, which is an interesting combination because you can do Healing Touch, and you can also spec into Wings of Salvation, which makes you dash to the person you're trying to heal. So you dash in, and then you cast your Healing Touch for 500%. Do you think at level 2650 they'll add much to the... I hope they do. So you have single target heals. Soothing Glow is your hot. But then you start moving into things, and Defiant Light's another one that's single target. But you can move into Consecrating Wave, having a multi, up to 10 allies get healed with it. Communal Restoration, that's another party heal. Divine Flare can turn into a party heal. So you can spec into multiple different things. I mean, you cannot spec into everything. So you do have to pick and choose, what you want to work. Should go in here and actually add in, I don't have any skill points there. So, like they're going to use the augment system to kind of avoid having to add a lot more skills. That might be, but I think they've added a lot of mage stuff that's not in yet, right? I had to refund this game. PC couldn't handle it and it seemed boring. I mean, I can get I understand both of those. Yeah, it can certainly kill some PCs. It's not at all, they've not done any passes at this point to make it easier. Yeah, so I get that. Hopefully that gets better in time. I also think there's specific issues with certain video cards as well. So a lot of that looks pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, if you can definitely spec things. One of the things that really caught me early when we did, with Phoenix Initiative, we did Node Wars testing. And I don't know how many of you watch the Golden Feather Tavern. They just had Steven on yesterday for an interview, and Chibi Bree is also a healer. And one of the things that we both thought was really fun, really cool, was the fact that we were both healers, but we both played the healing role very, very differently. She was a single target person. I spec'd into an AE, upfront heal type person. What did I call it? A combat cleric or something. And the fact that we got to play very differently was a lot of fun. So, PC specs, 4060 graphic card, AMD at the 7950 3D. I have like 128 megs of RAM. Or gigs of RAM. Megs. That's hilarious. The melee attacks feel heavy or airy. I should probably say a little bit heavy. Battle Priest. Yes, that's what I called it. Battle Priest. I did enjoy a lot of it and it has potential. Good classes, old school vibe. They did refund me promptly. Well, good. Yeah, I'm glad that they're living up to their refund policy. So. Oh no, I'm not at the top. Yeah. Yeah, I've not put in I'm not running top video cards and stuff like that. Be like, oomph. I mean, also I would say the Cleric is not necessarily being made for heavy melee attacks, so I might not be the best person to ask that question of. So, this is taking forever to level, man. Actually, do we have... I think we still have... Yeah, Harvest Oak. Eastern Hemlock. Actually, we're not far from Hemlock. Or large. Let's actually just go do some other stuff. Let's get out of this little place. We got one treasure map out of that. It's not that great. Got a 5090 so far. I've been playing Silksong. How is the 5090? Game looks so fun. It is. There are parts that are great, and there are parts that need a lot of work. I've been we tell everyone, if it looks interesting to you, it is $100 to get it and play. But actually, I don't know. I can easily get to. But they have a refund policy that's pretty good. So, you know, if you have the money to try to spend on it, you know, you can give it a go. See what you think. You toggle PvP. Yes, you can. You can run around PvP flag the whole time if you want. Oh, the music just died out again. That drives me nuts. Why did you decide to go into the Phoenix Initiative? It is a commitment. Also, do you think it was good, bad in hindsight? So it's something I thought about for a very long time. You know, I like to, I guess, brag that I was Kickstarter backer number 3. You know, back during the Kickstarter. And so, you know, with that, you know, we've done a show for Ashes of Creation for a long time. And I was always worried about being in PI because there is an NDA associated with it, right? And I was always worried that I would kind of say stuff accidentally. So I held off for a long time. But once things started kind of ramping up, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and try this. You know, do I think in hindsight, is it good or bad? I mean, I'm not mad at myself. Would I advise other people to do that right now? Maybe not. Oh yeah, I forgot we have to move stuff around to actually harvest these. I have to be careful how I answer that question if it's not clear. 5080 and AMD 9070 are great. I bet. I'm not somebody that like gets that upgrades constantly, so. Inventory Tetris, yeah. Nice card, only got it because of, oh, yeah. I was checking out the desert, have been pretty impressed. You know, that's probably what the second most, that area has been the second most fleshed out, I would say. Because it came second, so. You seem super cool, bro. Thanks sub all that. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. See Death X too. I appreciate it. I'm just here about, you know, just have fun. I ain't gonna like be screaming and shit. It is just a game. JD4, I appreciate the follow as well. Yeah, we're just hanging out. You know, PI is it is what it is. I think people think that there's more to PI than there is. I don't know if that's the best way I can put it. So I always laugh when people don't like some element of a game and there's like this, you know, oh, PI messed that up for us. We got to go fix what PI did. Like, y'all don't know what you're talking about. You know, PI ain't have nothing to do with a lot of that. So anyways, Ivan, what's up? How'd you get the mount skin? That so they sold skin packages for years. They quit a year ago, basically. Now they're likely going to be adding that back. They commented on the fact that they're getting things in place to kind of put skin packs back into being available for purchase. But like I say, I don't know. I don't remember when I bought these. I mean, these are probably like super old, like from like 2 years ago is my guess. I don't know. $30.90 is a beefcake. All right, the music dying out is something I could do. I think I would like to not happen. Bring back old cosmetics packs, or I think introducing new ones. You you know, I think because didn't they advertise everything as like, you know, get it now or you won't see it again? Am I wrong in that? Like the scarcity kind of thing. I'm pretty sure because they would comment on the fact that if you don't, you know, it's going to go away and it won't come back again kind of thing. Yeah, FOMO. So I think it'll be new packs. Now I could 100% see them like adding in versions. Like I could see them taking this, right? This mount and adding in like a different color, right? Like maybe blue, maybe instead of flames, it's like ice or something like that. Like I could see, or this, you know, this skin, like adding a different flavor to it. And I do think that's actually probably their intention. Because they had made comments in the past that every single skin they sell, there will be a version that you can earn in game. All right, you got a mount for me? All right. I am right here just south of Lionhold. What, east of Seth? Oh, hey, we completed an objective. I was wondering when that might happen. How'd we get 6 oak wood? I didn't know they could drop 6 at a time. Jace, I appreciate the follow. And hanging out. Let's see. So yeah, did you catch that, Sticky? Yeah, just like right here. Minimap needs a lot of work too. There are little things like that. Like I think they have a lot of stuff that monkey bones. That is an awesome name. They have a lot of stuff that kind of works, but it's probably not ideal. And I think that for those things, it's like we'll get to it later. You know, like it's functioning, so we're just going to try the things that are not functioning. That minimap is one of them. Is it $100 all of alpha and beta? Yeah. We don't know if they'll bring the price down or not once they get to beta. My guess is they do. Because beta's not going to have a lot of time. You know, Steven has specifically commented that beta is going to be short, both beta 1, beta 2. So I would expect, you know, what does it cost? $40, $50? I don't know. And I would assume it would also still have its month of game time as well. So might try it today when I finish my PC build. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you get your, you know, you get your money back. So if you don't like it, you can always get your money back. Have you ever shown your followers your streaming setup? No, I'm not sure how I would do that. Actually, I'd have to think about that. So my setup is I do have a stream PC versus a. Uh-oh. Someone's trying to kill me. Is that you, Sticky? You said you were nearby. Who is Thea of the Union? And why are you hitting me? Oh, it was you. All right, Sticky. I ain't gonna fight back, so. You do you, brother. How many people play in NA? More than EU. I don't know. They've not given us concurrency just yet. I don't think they have. They did mention, you know, when things first started out, Alpha 1 phase or Alpha 2 phase 1, I think they got up to like 8K concurrent or something like that. You know, there were a lot of people that played Alpha phase 1, Alpha 2 phase 1. I think everybody would say that there's not anywhere near that right now. Your wolf's getting hit, by the way. Oh, I love your outfit. That's pretty freaking cool. Is that a skin? And that looks really nice. What is this? But I think the most that they've ever commented on getting is like 8.5 concurrent or something like that. Now, each server they want for Ashes of Creation to be 10K concurrent. That's the max that you'll get. A lot of us think that's probably too small. That's not enough. But they've stuck pretty much to that. And so, I don't know, part of me thinks that that's, ooh, what's this? A wolf. Part of me thinks that's because they aren't sure their servers could handle it. So, I like smaller, thank you, Sticky, I appreciate that. So this is, where'd it go? Level 8, oh, 145, okay, that's gonna be better than my 135 for sure. Let me, thank you. Let's push you, put my other mount away. Wait, where is, there we go. I appreciate you, Sticky. Thank you very much. I like smaller servers. I mean, I do too. The problem with that is the world is so huge. I think that's why when we say 10K is too small, is when you look at the map, I mean, there's a lot of space here. And, I feel like 10K players concurrent. Thank you, Sticky. Yeah, I really do appreciate it. I think that we worry, I know I worry, that it's going to feel dead with only 10,000 people. So, I don't know. You never know until you get there, right? Have they mentioned any plans for how they're going to keep servers populated in case servers population? Well, I think initially what we've seen is that they're going to not have very many servers, and you're just going to have a queue. Because I think they don't want to fall into the trap of opening up too many servers, and then you have the natural like 80%, 90% of your people leave, right? I don't think they want to have to go through the process of server merging, not just from a technical perspective, because they've done it, but because there are so many different aspects of this game that trying to merge in two different servers just gets really like annoying for everyone involved. Like, what if you were a mayor of a node and now you're getting server merged, but the other server has a mayor too. Like, who gets to be mayor? There are a lot of complications in doing that. So I think what you'll see initially is just there'll be a queue, a queue to get in, and maybe if server pops hold, then they add more. But I think that's the approach you'll see. So they do have the ability to server merge if they have to, because that's the suspicion of what's going to happen here with the EU server. There's a lot of talk about it getting merged with NA, because they were not going to have an EU server at the start here of phase 3, but then a lot of the EU folks kind of voiced their displeasure with that, and so they at the last minute decided to add a server for the EU folks. And it is smaller in pop for sure, and I think a lot of your EU folks actually play on New World or NA. Where's the damn music? Oh, another trade. What's going on? The day and age of hype gaming is what ruins MMOs. Oh yeah, everybody. Oh shit, what's this? Well, thank you, Sticky. I appreciate it. Sweet. Is this stuff I can wear now? Oh, why did that close? I appreciate you. Oh yeah, these are nice. Oh, I like that. That filled in like so many spots. Oh wow, we actually have gear now. Let's see what it's like to fight with gear. I appreciate you, Sticky. Okay, that was a little bit better damage. That's at the front end. Let's try some more. Felt like that was a little bit faster. I didn't take as much damage. Oh, I'm too far away. So Judgment can also heal you instead of do damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't really always tell you if you're too far away from the target because of the way I have offensive targeting and defensive targeting together. Because it can choose just to heal me instead of damage someone else. Game was okay, but it felt like a slog. Yeah, I mean, it is a giant grind right now for sure. Oh wait, I love your name. Was it Wildy Ticks? What does that even mean? I gotta admit, I thought initially I read Wildy Tits, and I was super curious. RuneScape origin. I did. I thought it said Wildy Tits. All of your old gear. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate you helping me out. Looks like you don't do enough damage. I mean, well, number one, I'm a cleric, so I'm not necessarily supposed to do a lot of damage. But two, my gear has been pretty poor. So let's see if I can find some other areas. I think we still need to kill ravens or something. But yeah, time to kill has been a highly, I think everybody would agree with me that's been following this project for a while would agree that TTK has been very frequently debated and discussed topic. So it's a magical bow, for sure. PvP zone in RuneScape. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was not an old school RuneScape person. Mine, like I said, I started EverQuest to when I was young, when I was a kid, from EverQuest to EverQuest 2, EverQuest 2 to WoW. Here, I can show you my bow here. Did WoW for a long time, and then it's just sort of been here and there ever since. Yeah, this is the bow I have. Iron Hearth flint bow, so it's pretty decent. This game is very deep. Party system. Yep. A lot of it's still in progress. 100%. I kind of like the name Wildy Tits better, but still like Wildy Ticks. All right, what else can we kill? There's an arsonist over here. They're by themselves. Or will that raider? That raider will probably come with them, wouldn't it? It'd be a pain in the ass. Same with the healer. Oh well, we'll go for it anyways. I'll try to pull him over here. Any other streamers you recommend for rogue gameplay? For rogue gameplay, that's a good question. There are other streamers I would recommend. Let me think. Probably Dusty is the main streamer of Ashes on Twitch. Now I have my own issues with him, but I think a lot of people watch Dusty. Nice Gaming does a lot of streaming as well, but I think he primarily tanks. I'm not sure if, or a fighter. Vladis Gaming is another big Ashes streamer. He's been taking a break, had a kid, but will be coming back. Oh, well, hello. You don't have to keep giving me stuff. But I don't know anything rogue specific. Flanker, what does Flanker play? He's a ranger, isn't he? Oh, damn. What is that? Oh, a lumberjacking axe. Thank you. Adept. So that's level what? Is that 10? Is that right? So I'm almost there. So let's try to lumberjack a little bit with that nice new over here. Max level is 25. Here, let's go to this tree. A Grim might get us though. Jamie Chaos streams, but I think he does mostly tank. Constantine AOC is another Twitch streamer. I don't really watch him, but so I don't know what he plays, but he's been in the area, the community forever. Damn it, we got to do our game of what fits where here. Yeah, that's faster, wasn't it? Oh shit, didn't see you. When is this game going to launch? We don't know. Psychotic. Is it tag targeting? Yes, but there is an action cam. So, well, Jace, I appreciate the follow. I appreciate hanging out for a long time here. I'll be back tomorrow morning if you're around. 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time, Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah, you too. Have a great day. You know, the earliest the game launches is probably the end of 26, start of 27. You know, 27 to 2030, I think is all fair conversation. Helion Bard and possibly Summer are a lot more than they should be. I've not really been in a group with a Bard. Are you able to, I guess for me, it's like, are you able to have a Bard and not a Cleric? Like if your group's able to be healed entirely with a Bard, I think then, yeah, that's an issue. Can you zoom out more? Yes. I see people wanting Bards, and when Summoner comes out, I think it'll be Summoner and Bards over Clerics. I mean, that might be, that'd suck if that's the case. But didn't realize you could only wear that jewelry from level 10. Yeah, I'm almost there. We're halfway through. So we're getting there. Oh, it healed me again. Damn it. I appreciate you, Sticky, a whole lot, man. That saved me so much time. I do appreciate you. So, I'm also on the alpha, I'm guessing 27. Oh yeah, I mean, it might be. I don't know. The way they've been talking more and more about exit criteria, the way they've been talking, you know, Steven yesterday mentions expansions and what they can come back and add after release. You know, the more they talk about that sort of stuff, the more I think they are also starting to move towards those things. And they're just trying to get us ready. Oh, there it is in chat. Learn How to Grief by Flanker. Oh, damn. LOL. Who's man mode? Flanker, your stream getting corrupted now? Oh, they are all over Flanker, aren't they? I'm going to have to ping him after this and see what's going on. Yeah, I play with it zoomed in more because I just think it looks better on stream. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me but I think this just looks better. But maybe not. I don't know. What's up, Ethan? Is this game out now? You still gotta buy it. No, you still gotta buy. Even when it comes, it's $100 for the alpha, for alpha access. You'll also get beta access with that. But it won't be free when it does come out. It'll be a sub-based game. We do not know the price of the sub though. Being on E, you won't see many classes. Oh, maybe. First level 25s in the game. It's 3 bards, no cleric. Uh-oh, realms will come down in 22 minutes. Find a save spot, get your snacks secured. Well, you know what? That's basically when we end our stream, so that's not terrible. It's all right. But yeah, and when I say $100, I should always mention too that you do have a 90-day refund, so you can play as much as you want. You can test every single thing in the game, and at 90 days, still get a refund. Perfect time for me to log on. Oh, did you just log on? Yeah, realms. I feel like they don't normally come down at this time, but they do on Saturdays. But usually it's after I'm done streaming. It's a possibility, but definitely means that some rewrites to make it ready for expansions and such. Yeah, I mean, usually the biggest thing I get back is, well, you know, oh, that's going to mess the economy up if they don't release with the Eastern continent. It's like, well, no, it won't, because they're actually, you know, they're actively making that stuff now. Like, we're watching them make the economy. So I don't think it would be unreasonable or impossible to put off an entire continent until later. Because I guarantee you they do not have the crafting and economic side of those things done at this point. So probably not even started. Probably a hot fix. Yeah, I think yesterday they had the hot fix because like people were getting something on it, like they were getting on a development branch or something. These downtimes are not well times for EU. I get that. Yeah. Excited for it to come out. Let me some support gaming. Wish they would add more than the Bard as a support class. That's another thing I would say. The two classes that I miss that you kind of classically find places. One is the Druid and the other's the Enchanter. I wish we had those, but you know, it's whatever. Welcome everyone joining on TikTok, and Twitch, and YouTube. Oh, I grabbed two. What's going on here? I feel like combat's faster now. Now that we Sticky, now that you gave us some nice items. Are all races present in this alpha wave? Almost. We do not have Tolnar. I do not know when we will see Tolnar. It will be a while, my guess. You got to make those with the secondary archetypes, I guess. I mean, yeah, as close as you can, I think. I was surprised there's no Druid. I feel like Druid is a classic MMORPG class to have. So I kind of was surprised about that. Enchanter, not so much, but... Oh, I appreciate it. Mitsu, I appreciate you following and hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow. Come back to TikTok. I'll be on Twitch as well and YouTube. So same time, 7 a.m. Central to 11 a.m. But I appreciate you following. The Tolnar is the one you're interested in. Yeah. I mean, we've not seen a lot about the Tolnar at all. You know, so guys, what game? This is Ashes of Creation. You know, when we see nothing, hear nothing about the Tolnar or the Underrealm of which they are a part, that makes me wonder, like, is that something that's going to be pushed to post launch? Because those were stretch goals. Those were not original goals for the Kickstarter. The Tolnar, the Underrealm, parlor games, you know, the stock market, stuff like that were stretch goals. In any of the stretch goals that were skins, I think you'll see. But the stretch goals like the Tolnar and whatnot, I mean, we've not heard about any of that for quite a while, and so that makes me curious. Lucas, we will be done here in about 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Server's going down anyways, so. First thought I was stuck with these egg archetypes to the secondary system. I mean, they could always add more. I don't know. There are days that I wonder, like, what is the secondary system really going to be worth it? Like, what if they just spent time making 15 archetypes instead of 64 class? Like, would that be overall better? I don't know, because I feel like 64, even if you nail it, like, how different are they 64 going to feel? Oh my God, why does it keep doing that? You know, versus just having 15 solid archetypes. So I don't know. It's Ash is 64. Yeah. You remember all those videos that everyone put out? I don't think I ever did that. I think Nice Gaming put out there's a lot that did like the 64, this and that. 64 archetypes means 64 things to balance. Exactly, Rob. you know, so while that can somewhat worry me about balancing, it also makes me wonder if the if the secondaries are not going to be as significantly impactful as we had hoped for or originally been told. So, I mean, it could very well be that they don't really have to balance very much. And when they talk about when they talk about the 4 augment schools for like the tank, I mean, they were basically strength, stamina, like defense, and like blocking or something like that. Things that you already get modifiers for with gear, right? So like that made me wonder, like, okay, well, our secondary is going to add flavor. Are they going to, or is it just going to be purely like, oh, well, you get more intelligence because you chose this secondary? So I don't know. We don't know. I don't think, that, I don't know that they've even begun work on secondaries at this point. New this game, what is your favorite class? Oh, I'm a cleric all the way. But I am waiting for the summoner to come out. Summoner, I think, hopefully will be a lot of fun. As a tank main, I worry about this too. Yeah, I mean, I think it's, I don't know. When you first, so some of the first interviews, when you go to Kickstarter was in, oh shit, I respawned really fast, was in 2017. And they did a lot of interviews at that time. Somebody in one of the first 2 interviews, I think, asked about secondaries, and they actually talked about it like it was just flavor. So, but then there's been times where Steven talks about it like, no, it's going to be significant changes. And so we don't really know. And I don't know that they know what it's going to be like. So anyways, I think it would be cool to be a summoner tank. If that's even possible. But yeah, it is 100%. Yeah, you can combine that summoner plus cleric or cleric plus summoner. That's the question. Well, the summoner plus cleric is supposed to be a necromancer, I think, right? I don't know how that's going to work because of the 4 augment schools that we were told about for clerics. None of it's death magic. So I don't know how you get death magic out of that to make a necro, unless they're just going to have some entirely different flavor for necro. I'm looking forward to combining everything. I want to try the cleric with, I want to be a pally. I want to be a, I want to do the cleric with the fighter, cleric summoner. Like, I'm excited to try all of it. Summoner plus tank is the Brood Warden. I mean, that just sounds badass, but who knows if it will be badass. I appreciate the follow. How do you say your name? Or is it, I know it's Krieger. I'm just gonna say I appreciate you, Krieger, for following. Says the guy only plays cleric. Well, that's why I'm saying everything's gonna be secondary. Cleric will be the primary. Although I will start, once the summoner gets here, I will definitely main that for a little while, see what it's like. Tank is my alt rogue. Yeah, I also wonder what cleric's gonna be like. Like, might be fun. Wow, where can I find this game on? It's on ashesofcreation.com. Really need to put in my referral stuff. Maybe I'll work on that later today. All right, Lucas. Yeah, I'll see you. You guys, this realm is coming down in 13 minutes. We got about 10 left on the stream. I'm going to kind of fight my way towards some gates here, I think. And then we can kind of start wrapping up. But yeah, the servers are going to come down here. So I don't know why. I've not checked Discord. How long have I been playing? Oh, I've been following this for 8 years. So, I mean, I tested it when it was APOC. Ashes of Creation Apocalypse. I tested it, Alpha 1, Alpha 2. I've been doing a podcast on Sunday evenings for 7 years, 8 years. So we've been following this very, 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 very long time. Actually, I've been lucky enough to even interview Steven a few times. So. It's on this Twitch channel, so I can probably just respond to you with. So this is our Twitch channel. So we do Twitch. So it's Sunday. So we're on Central Time Zone, so we're NA. So it's Sundays at 8 p.m. East Central. So I guess it's 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Steven's a good guy. Yeah, I mean, I think he means very well. And we have had a lot of... Oh, that thing is not wanting to fight us. Okay. Yeah, we have been able to... That rubber banding early enough one. Exactly. You should have seen Node Wars. Jesus. Appreciate the follow, Rob. On Twitch as well. Yeah, we've interviewed Steven, I think, 3 times. Actually, yesterday, someone asked him the question of, who do you like to hear Theorycraft? He did throw, and he threw our name out there. I don't know if it's real or not, but he threw it out there. All right, we got a lot of shit going on right here. I went to the mace because the mace hits multiple targets, if you're curious. So that allows me to damage more than one, basically. That's right. Yeah, he did. He mentioned, what did he say? Dusty, nice. Oh, it was Dusty, nice. What was the other one? Oh my God. Dicky, help me out. Dusty and nice. Oh my God. I can't believe I can't remember the third. Oh, Copium. Yeah, Doc Burns. Yeah, and then he threw us out there. Although he couldn't remember Dig's name, so. Anyway. So for those of you just popping in, this is Ashes of Creation. MMORPG from Intrepid Studios. It's in its technically 8th year of development, likely 3rd or 4th. They switched to UE5 in 2021, which kind of reset a lot of stuff. I'm trying to kill this thing before it gets too far out of my range. All right. Currently in Alpha 2 Phase 3, costs $100. They do have a 90-day return policy. So you can play it all you want, and you can still get your money back within 90 days. So, you know, if you're curious, if you're not sure, as long as you have the money, you really have no risk. You can always get your money back. So, Rotato, I love your name, and thank you for following. I love people's names. I like to hear why. When are they pushing for full release? We don't know. That is something they have not talked about. My personal opinion is we're going to get beta by the end of 2026. And if that is the case, then my personal opinion is we will get a release sometime early 2027. But we really don't know for sure. But they are talking more and more and more about things like exit criteria and expansions. So that leads me to think they are thinking more and more and more about release. So how does it work on a dwarf? Good question. Hold on, I'll check here in a second. Yeah, poor Diggs. He got reminded of him in chat, but half the people spelled Diggs wrong in chat too. So Diggs really put it to him, man. Like, Diggs didn't hold back when we would have questions. So, many hours of content. Do you like PvP? Oh shit, how many of these did I just complete? I didn't realize I had that many things. But what's, okay. All right, so let's look real quick. Dwarf, let's get this off. And we'll do that. I mean, it looks okay. I don't know. How do people feel about seeing a dwarf in this kind of gear? I mean, I feel like usually you would expect him to be in more, you know, iron, but I love how the sunlight comes through things sometimes. You know, the game can just be very, very pretty at times. You spelled it right. Yeah, immediately said Diggs. Hours of content though. I mean, there's a lot. It's all a grind. You know, some people can get to 25, which is the current max level, in 24 hours. And others, it takes literally months. So it just really depends on how you come across, how you take on the game. Have you come across any orcs? Nope, not yet. They are not in at this point. Yeah, bulky is a good word for it. Just started. Well, it's alpha, right? You just started alpha. Confused about the gameplay. We spam E for a normal attack. So let me show you this before the servers go down. If you go into game options, you can turn on auto attack, and I would tell you to do that, because yes, otherwise you have to spam the E key. So if you go into, what is it, gameplay, combat, you can go to auto attack and click that, enable auto attack, and then you can choose like when it comes on. I have it after both melee and range because I use a bow. So definitely check those. That makes your life a much, much, much better when you're fighting. How much is it? $100 to get into alpha. Yes, that gets you alpha access, beta 1, beta 2. And it gets you a month of gameplay. This will be a sub-based game as well. So semi-auto attack, yeah, sometimes it does turn off. So you just got to be careful about that. But yeah, you can turn on auto attack here. Now you're also going to want to then go into your PvP here and really look at, you don't want to accidentally PvP people, right? Or maybe you do, hell, I don't know. Maybe that's what you want. But so look at your PvP settings as well. So like this is require force PvP, use helpful abilities. I probably should require force PvP is for harmful as well. Actually, I'm going to turn that on. I don't know, maybe not. Include untargeted combatants. I'm going to turn that off as well, just so I don't accidentally. Wait, did I read that right? Did I just turn something on that I shouldn't have? No, I want that off, actually. Include untargeted. We do not want to include untargeted at this point. So, game's out, game's in alpha. Not entirely out. It's alpha 2 phase 3 at this point. It's been about a year in alpha 2 at this stage. Died already by a guard because you accidentally hit him. I've done that 100 times, Mr. GQ. I have done that a bunch myself on accident. So yeah, definitely check PvP settings. Accidentally attacked my group. Second day. God, yeah, I've done that as well on accident. So for sure. All right, guys. Servers are coming down anyways here. So what happened to my? I guess I have to go into my inventory again. So I think we're going to call it here. Usually I try to raid somebody with Twitch, but servers are going down. So I think we're just going to be done for the day. I'm on EU server. The game name, in-game name is Phantomex. Of Pockets. Oh, Pockets, you raided. What's up?
Look how fat I am. Holy shit.
Got to me first. Uh-oh, who triggered the narc? Yeah, I'm about to log off too, Pockets, just because everything's closing down. So I appreciate the raid, though.
That could be a bug.
That's a bug.
That could
Appreciate
be a
the
bug.
follow.
Guys, you're going to see some bugs.
Booty cat. Oh, hey, Hoopsy. What's up? Yeah, we are.
I got
I mean, is there anywhere else we can go
MX
to?
down.
Who else stays open? Does Flanker stay open during downtimes? I mean, we can go to Flanker. We can do that. That's fine.
And now Steven's teabagging me as well.
All right, guys. TikTok, love you all. Thank you for hanging out. It's always fun. I'll be back again, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time. It's NA. Flanker is a player. Flanker is a streamer. So so Twitch, I'm gonna send over to them. I can't do that with us here on TikTok, but I'm gonna send the Twitch viewers over to Flanker. He's on YouTube and Twitch. But TikTok, always appreciate you guys. We'll be back here same time tomorrow. So if you wanna hang out, GQ, I appreciate the follow. Saturdays and Sundays for everybody, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. We go live and just hang out and chat. So, all right, TikTok, I will see you all later. I have to do this one at a time, so because everybody's streaming a little bit differently. Y'all have a good day. Let's see. All right, YouTube. I appreciate y'all as well. Hanging out. Same for y'all. We'll be back here tomorrow. So I'll see y'all on YouTube. Ziki, I appreciate you a lot, man. Thank you so much for everything you gave me today. So